video, and I'll show you the video here. This is the video you're going to want to watch. Wait, what was that? So under videos, if you look for connect, boom, right here, this one. So this video here, it's only 2 minutes, super short, but this will walk you through everything and has a link to everything in the description for all the adapters. And actually the video you're watching right now, so if I go to my own live, the video you're watching right now in the description is all the things, right? And the booters and the adapters, I have all the switches that I use, all that stuff. They're right here. So you can find everything, right? So that's that. But the reason I say all that is this. Skip to the end here a little bit. What I'm trying to make is, when it comes to the booter or an adapter, there really is, neither is better. What you're really looking at is, where the Guilekeys go? Okay. It's just the size, right? And what I mean by the size is, when you plug this into your port here on the side, how far it's going to hang off the edge. So if I put this kind of like this, you can see the booter 5 is the most flush. The May flash and the Guilekeys are about the same. And then the all 5 sticks is like twice as wide. So if it's on your lap, you know, is it going to bend? That's all it really means, right? So, yeah, that's all you're worried about. As far as like which does the job better, they all do the same job. You're just really just paying for convenience and like which one you like to fit better of. I hope that makes sense. My brain's a little slow right now. I can't see. Go up a little bit here. Shout out to Orville. Happy Sunday, Orville. Be save your order. Guilekeys went up $10. Wow. I think they know there's a shortage. These booters are on a shortage right now. Where's Guilekeys? It did go up $10. This thing was 49 bucks. But it's not just them, right? So you can get the Guilekeys booter. They have, where's the May flash? Is it in their list? It is not. May flash booter 5. Magic boots. Here we go. Don't buy this. Do not get the S5. You want this one. This one's out of sale. Wait, how is the Xbox one third 20 bucks? Really? So do not buy this. The S5, don't buy. Can y'all see? You can't see. Okay, good. Don't buy this. This does not work. And look at all the stars. The 9 stars really are kind of invalid. Like what's really happening is Mayflash tells you we made it for these. Like they make it pretty clear. We made it for these 6 controllers. If you don't have these 6, it just won't work. Right, so all of us bought this thinking, well, the other one works, and it's a different firmware, so it does not work. This one and the Guilekeys are equivalent in size. This one's 59. I guess they're not selling these anymore, so hopefully you can find it somewhere. And then Magic Boot Xbox. Really, the Xbox one is 20 bucks. Even Xbox, boom, you can get a booter for $20. That's really good. That's really good. Dang, with free free shipping too. And same date, us next week. That's 7th. And then the booter 5. The booter 5 so high. Mind you, this used to be like $30. This thing was 30 bucks on AliExpress, or excuse me, like 35. But at AliExpress, you can pick it up for like 25 bucks. But I think they're not making as many because of tariff. When the tariff talk started, everything changed. 137. Oh my god. 170. Wow. I need to sell all of my booters and like buy some S&P 500 stocks. Wow. That's crazy. Well, a $50 coupon, it's only $90. So again, they're not trying to like rob you and take your money, all that stuff. What's really happening is I think they stopped manufacturing right now because of everything that's going on. So it's basically like limited run. Like we're selling the last stock from these, 8 sellers. That's so sad. That breaks my heart. What about the Magic Boot? Okay, get out the way, please. The Mayflash Magic Boot. Okay, so the Magic Boot is still reasonable. It's 30. It was Xbox. Where's PlayStation 5? And now it's 40, which is still, I mean, it was 30, 50, $60. Dang. $90. Wow. That's insane. That's Xbox. That's Xbox. Wait, what is this? It should say PS4 on it to know this is real, so I don't know which is. This is PS4, so $60. Oof. 90? No, do not buy this for $90. So, with all that said, I'm starting to lean to just tell people to look at that, 35 bucks. So you can get this one for PlayStation for $35. Or you can get, what's the Wingman? FGC1. Get out the way. Get out the way, please. This is 55. This is cheaper than the rest. So the point I'm making is you can get this, put this at the end of your cord and use 10 controllers. Whereas if you get this one, this is more convenient, but the price has gone up so high. Even this one. So there is a difference between Mayflash and Brooks. For the most part, like for these GP2040 controllers, there is no difference. They all just kind of work. But the controller I'm testing right now, I was having all types of weird things going on with in PC mode. I had to write a whole document of like what I was doing to test this thing because it was not doing everything the same. It was kind of a headache what was going on there. Oops, I forgot to press the button. Yeah, it was kind of a headache. So if you're using one of these, you're fine. But everything else, it's a little different. Sure, I hope that makes sense. Okay, let me check chat. I'm over here talking. I haven't checked chat. The Beast Savior order and the Beast here, the way I'm waiting for those to show up so I can see what I think of those. I don't want to even like recommend those people until I try it out. I use PS5 or PC. Okay, yeah, I use PS5 and PC for Tekken. So you may want to get a Mayflash Magic S Ultimate and a Wingman FGC1 or a Wingman FGC2, and for the most part, you're going to be okay. There are different times like the 8-bit dough. There's a couple, and right now it's the HJK hit pad. There's certain weird things going on, and it's not the adapter. It's the person that made the firmware. Like, see, the firmware's gonna be a little funny with how they respond to these adapters, but for the most part, of the controls that I speak of, or I say 90% of the controls I talk about, you'll be fine with any one of these three. And if you want a booter, you can get a booter too, you know, and kind of figure it out from there. Let me check chat here. I think it's too big, but $40 versus 60 is crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. I managed to get the Mayflash Magic as Ultimate for $40. That's a good deal. The Guilekeys still 100 UK. Really? So the when we're talking about today, this Guilekeys. You know what's really nice about Guilekeys is their prices are really good, really good. Right here. There's the 21. Guilekeys is a stream controller. Guilekeys is they're really coming out strong now. They are making everything. They have the switches, they have the controllers. They've got everything you could think of. Wow, Guilekeys is not playing around. Oh, get out the way, please. 50%. What is? Okay, I'm not logged in. I know. So they have Sacred Falcon switches. Here we go. So here's what we're talking about today. $60 is a steal, and that's to 100 in the UK. I'm surprised it's so much, but maybe I guess it's coming from the US. Maybe it's a tariff or something, because we're going to talk about it right now. And this pad's really good. This is the 21. So it's like, and then this one's really good. The metal one's good at $90 still. That's good. And this is 61. Okay, this one just came in too, so I haven't had time to test that yet. And 53. Yeah, Guilekeys is not playing right now. Let's see. Vermillo converter only working for Vermillo is also bad. I was looking for that Vermillo converter and I couldn't find it. Brooke doing it and Mayflash. Why are these guys don't want support? Yeah, that is really weird. Everyone wants to limit their functionality for the dunks. Facts. Rat P5i. That's a cool name. Shout out to Rat P5. Happy Sunday. Hello. Thank you for the video. Thank you. I was able to buy the S16. Nice. Where's my S? My S is up on the shelf. I'll grab the S in a minute here. I really like it. Could you please recommend a similar layout, but in a larger size? I can. No, not T16. No. You want a second one? I'll show you. Okay. I'll grab something off the shelf. There's going to be a butt to it, though. I was going to tell you the C16 if you like that brand. The thing is, the C16 is downstairs for another review. I have it downstairs. But I'll grab the C16. I'll show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like. This one here. Boom. Is there any sales? I'm sure there's any sales. This is slightly wider spacing, just because see the rings going around each I can't talk. The light around each keycap, they kind of gave a little bit more space for that purpose, but besides that, they're going to feel exactly the same. Like I said, just slightly wider. And this is metal base, plastic frame with an acrylic top. You just pop it off, change your artwork. Where's the picture at? Amazon, there you go, right there. So you just take it off. It comes with free artwork and all that stuff. And what's interesting is Guilekeys just has their new one too. That is similar. The biggest difference is Guilekeys prices are really good. They have rings. There's nothing wrong with rings. But if you're not you want an S style, see the rings in these keycaps? It's going to feel a little taller, like barely taller. Where's the one I was just looking at? Where's Hopper 2? So I can show you here. I know what I'll do. To give you a better clue what I'm talking about, this video right here. This goes through the whole lineup. The whole thing. So you're looking for the S family right here. Boom. Okay, don't fast forward. Right there. Boom. There's the M Lite, the P, the S with an extender, and then the M Ultra Gen 1. So Etsy has different extenders you can put on that pad to make it bigger. There's a cheap box footsie and the heroic designs, but I think cheap box is sold out. Because that's the B. See right here, this is for the S series. Are they back in stock? Yeah, they're sold out. So hopefully it makes more, but here's what it looks like. And I have it on the shelf, but it'll take your S. You can keep the same pad. You just put this on the bottom plate and now it's full size. See, and you install it just like this. Take the screws off, you drop it in, everything works. All your ports are the same. And what's nice is Heroic Designs did the same thing. He's out of the EU. I think he's out of England. Because he sent me a couple. He said, "Hey, what do you think about this?" He sent me a couple, and they came out really nice. They're 3D printed. They're nice. I mean, they're both 3D printed, so they're really nice. But they serve the same purpose. The difference with this one is the wrist rest is taller on this one, but they do the same purpose. And you get all the ports on this one too. So those are two options you have. If you go on Etsy, you'll see the S16 extenders. Yeah. But if you don't want to go that route, you just want to buy the pad and just play it, then the C16 is a way to go. And I don't know what your budget is, or the Ultra Gen 1. And then Gen 1, you might want to get them before they sell out. Because they're not, I can't tell, but I don't think they're making them anymore. They convert to the Gen 2. It is right here. It's on sale too. Boom, 134. That's not bad. So for 135, you can pick up one of the last M Ultras. But again, not the Gen 2. The Gen 2 is fine. The Gen 2 is great. They're both good. This one, I don't know how, because some people want tight spacing. These play the same, right? They're going to play the same. The major difference is this is a C. See the lights around the keycaps? That's a C. This is an S. There's no lights around the keycaps. So this is slightly tighter spacing. So if you want it ever so slightly tighter, you'll want this like the S. And if you don't really care, then just get the C. See how this is 150? But you can get the C. Where'd the C go? You can get the C for like 80 bucks. And I don't know what this is. Yeah, 82, right? So 82 bucks. So this one's 100, this is 150, and then these are like 80 bucks, right? So the same company. Boom. I hope that makes sense. So let me clear all these adapters. So I'm gonna get all these adapters out the way I was testing for this other pad. Now let's talk about, if you have any questions, keep asking questions. Yeah, I'll pull things out and I'll show what they look like and all that stuff. I don't have a problem. And I'm gonna try to make a point to go through every vendor, because last week I did Black Friday, but I kind of, we were talking and just having fun. I'm gonna try my best to go through every vendor alphabetical. I have my Discord in front of me, so I'm gonna go through alphabetical and pull up, the different pads and see what's on sale to kind of help everybody. Right, Waggles? Okay, go play. Yeah, ISMC here. I love. Doc, you recommend a bag that can carry my laptop? Yes, I can. A bag you want is a laptop. I use laptop sleeves. I use a hard one though. 2 seconds here. This one. Make sure I can hear on both sides. Okay, good. I can hear. Let me see if I can grab it. So, depending on the brand, the Cosmox case is fine. This one is actually really good. It's hard. It gets the job done. It does really good. If you want something really strong, the Smart Tree. This one doesn't have any like sleeves or pouches to like put your stuff. Well, it kind of does here, but I don't really use it. I put the pad in there to be honest, but this is probably the hardest one that I have. I think it's a 14-inch. But this Cosmox one's really good. Speedy Labs comes with his own case, so shout out to Speedy. But yeah, the Cosmox Game Hot for 2 cases is fine too. Will this pad fit? This pad probably, it might fit. No, it won't fit. It won't fit. But yeah, that's the one that, and I have a link to it. I have to find that link. It's on AliExpress. Yeah, right here. Oh, the price went down. Look at that. $13, boom. That's a good deal. I can drop a link for you. Yeah, and it fits the majority of their pads. There's like 1 or 2 that don't fit because they're newer, but for the most part, it's standard. Like you look for small pads, they're all going to fit. You can see there's the C, the T, all that stuff. They all fit, but the T is not what you want because the spacing is not what you're looking for. Where's that video? And I'm trying to get this title right. So the title, right now I'm testing 3 different titles. So you'll see different things, but it's probably gonna be called something like this at the end. And the goal with this is, again, just to really give you a visual what they all look like on the table side by side. Yeah. I can't see. Comes Eagle Bag. Yeah, the Eagle Bag one. Yep. Yeah. In my region, that they cost $40. Really? What is the case? I wonder what. What's $40? I wonder. Wow. 7 or 11-inch tablet sleeves are good for the S16. Yeah, for your S, that's true. For your S, you can almost do the S in anything. Where's my S? It's like, here's the S. The S is so, look, you can tell the S, as wide as this is barely as tall as this is. The S is super compact, which is nice, and it feels really solid. Even though it's acrylic, when you hold it, I guess it's so small. When you hold it, it feels just solid. Like you never, you can do whatever you want with this thing. You can kind of throw it anywhere, and this fits in every case. So spot on. Yeah, any sleeve will hold this, but no problems. Yeah, the S is really good. I keep going back to that being my starter pad, like I recommend people. But at the same time, it's small, right? So then I look at Guilekeys, and the Guilekeys prices are so good that it's like, the only difference is there are no rims here. So I took quarters out and I brought them upstairs. What did I do with those quarters? They're right here. Boom. Shout out to me, bringing the American quarters. I got them. I made a point to make sure I bring quarters up here. So I'm in the States. So anybody with a quarter, right? You need 4 of them. Here's what I can't see. Okay. Here's what's going on here. We need some music because it's like too quiet in here. Turn the volume down. You can have it at 40 usually. We'll try that right there. Good. Too quiet. It's making me feel weird. So if you're curious, the switches on this pad are very standard. They're just 2 American quarters off the base. Like, see that? It's almost spot on. 2 American quarters. So when you're playing, you're essentially tapping on 2 quarters, right? This pad, the R16, like all the pads I'm gonna show you today, they're ringed, and a lot of people like the ring style. This is a style. When you play with this, you're just gonna notice that the ring is 2 quarters, just like these buttons, and then the button you press is another 2 quarters, right there, right? So you're looking at 2/4 off the base if you want the flatter style, and 4/4 off the base to be slightly taller than this. Again, is it a big deal? No. A lot of people love that style. It's, you know, you play how you want to play, but just so you're aware when it shows up, you know what you're getting into. That's the feeling you're going to get that's different. Whereas on the X series, it's like 4, it's like 5 or 6. Like when you most of the MX pads, they're usually like 4 to 5/4 off the base usually. So it's a bigger jump. See my fingers like jumping up? It's a bigger jump. It's a much bigger jump. Okay, put this over here. Hard case, yeah, 11-inch. I got it. Perfect, thanks. Guilekeys 21 for sale. Who do you think about? Yeah, the Guilekeys. So first of all, shout out to Stone CLD. Stone CLD. My camera's like blocked. Let me just move my view because I can't read sideways. This is driving me crazy. I'm gonna get a headache. There we go. Now I can read. Okay, perfect. Shout out to Stone CLD 21. Happy Sunday. Guilekeys 21 on sale. What do you think about? Okay, so here's the 16. Here's the 18. Where's my 21? Here's the 21. And then we're going to talk about the Hot 42 R16 and the Duelpad Zen in a second here too, because they matter for this discussion. Okay. So your question is, okay, let me make a statement so I can clear some things off the desk. Okay, first of all, possibly coming soon. What I'm thinking about doing is, in all the reviews I do, like here's me playing with the pad, and usually I play a game of Street Fighter, or I win a round in Street Fighter, I save that, and then I win on Tekken and I save that, and I kind of compile those to the video. I think I'm going to try to put this in there where the mic may be like somewhere close, and that way you can hear what it sounds like. Hopefully it comes through, but we'll see how that goes. If it becomes a headache for me, I'm going to get rid of the idea, but right now I think it's a cool idea. Okay, so when you buy a Guilekeys pad, so I can move things out the way because I'm getting claustrophobic over here, your book is going to come with all the instructions, your QR code to their Discord server, and they're active in their Discord too. But like the menu, the screens here, and like how to use it are very clear. It's actually a really good book, so shout out to them. You're going to get your feet that go on the bottom and 2 extra feet, your extra screws. If you lose a screw, you'll have extra screws. You're going to get a angled USB-C to USB cable. That's a long cable too, so that's good. You're getting a good switch puller to CIY, so you have your wire on the side to get the keycaps off, and your metal to get the switches off. And then you're going to have your extra keycaps, big and small, and your menu buttons. Okay, good. So now I can get this out the way. Now we can talk about the controllers here. Oh, wait. And it comes with 2 extra switches. And that's a factor between these two also. Okay. So I'm gonna do a weird thing before I say the answer, right? Here is the GK-18, right? The 16 is your standard layout, right? It's standard across the body. You do have the rings, so you're 2/4 for rings, 2 more quarters for the switches, so you're roughly 3 to 4 quarters off the base. Not a big deal. But if you like ring style, that's what that is. It's thin, super light, doesn't creak. 2 power ports, pass-through port, but it has a menu button, so in an extra large screen, it has a menu button, so you can kind of move through and change your settings like Xbox, PC. You don't have to go to web config. You can do it all on the fly right here with this menu button, right? So now, I'm showing this first because then you have these two. This is the 18 and the 21. Why did it move? There it goes, like the 1821. Thanks. No problem, Ralph. No problem. What do you think about it? Yes, I'll tell you right here. I love the layout, and metal won't be. Yes, and the metal I have right here. Thank you for mentioning that. So here is the GK-18 and the metal GF-16, right? And there's actually a new one. This one just came in. This is the GM-16. This one's plastic top and bottom with the clear acrylic top. So if you want a metal ringed pad for like an affordable price, you're gonna start here. This is where I start on the. If you want metal with ring, it's super thin. It has a nice slope on the bottom. It's nice and cold metal, but it has all the things, right? And the large screen, all the stuff. So it's the same thing as the GK-16, just metal, right? So let me get this out the way too. Now back to the original question of 21 or 18. If you're looking at you're looking at the acrylics, okay? When it comes to these two, this is a weird statement, but just bear with me. There's nothing wrong with the 16. There's nothing wrong with this, okay? There's nothing wrong with this. But where's the price thing at? Where's Guilekeys? Guilekeys. I'm sorry, I'm going so fast. Guilekeys. If I make anybody dizzy, right here, boom. Guilekeys. So the 16 is 53. For $4 more, I get the 18 buttons. For $3 more, I get the 21 buttons, and then for 30 bucks more, I get metal. For roughly $10 more, I get artwork. Okay. So, given this is 53, this is 57, I want to say spend the $4 and just get this one, because you're getting the same thing. It's just split more, right? They're both. There's neither one is better than the other. Okay. I'm just speaking just bear with me. Now, for 53 or $3 more, you get the 21. These are the exact same pad. This has an extra pinky. This does not. This has 3 buttons or 2 extra buttons in the top. This does not. This has 1 extra button here. This does not. And this one has another button here. This does not. There's neither one is better. Neither one is better. But for $3 more, you get extra buttons. So it's one. So I have to keep saying there's nothing wrong with this controller, right? There's nothing wrong with it. They're the exact same thing. They feel the same, right? But if you want metal, because most metal pads are $100, you're getting this for $85. Get this, right? Get this. It's fantastic. But you want more than 16 buttons. This is the same 16 button pad, just split. You have a button here, and then 2 up buttons here. Yeah, everything's just, these are all, wait. This side's all the same, basically. That's basically it. See the side here? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, perfect. And then all the additional. So this is the same here. And what they kind of did was this button here is right there. That's kind of what they did. And then on this side, it's kind of hard to see, but see all this here? This same, but this is gone. So now you have 2 up buttons and a pinky. All right. So for $3 and $4, I would say choose between these two. And again, there's nothing wrong with the 16. Like, I have to stress that. You didn't lose anything. You're not missing anything. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just, if you're sitting around looking, you know you want rings, right? If you know you want rings, then you might as well get the 16 or 21. And then between these two, the way I use my 21, I have the left stick and D-pad on this side, and then I have my right stick on this side. So I could play like Mario Kart. I could play different racing games. I can move these around, but I could play the games however I want using, both joysticks or whatever and all that type of stuff. And this pad here is just a standard layout, but split. And like you can kind of, if you want right or left thumb, all that stuff. So again, they all have 2 power ports. They all have a pass-through port. They all have the menu system. So the menu button on the metal and the acrylic are there. But on these two, you hold down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So all the directional. So left, right, down, up, and both up. So I usually do 1, 2, 3, and then these two, and then your menu will pop up. 1, 2, 3, and these two, and your menu will pop up. So they all have that same feature as far as Guilekeys. All their pads come with the menu system, which is really cool. That makes them unique. And those that are on Hot 42, the R16 is tried and true. We all know the R16. The R16 is not obsolete. Let me grab one more pad to make this point. So here's a Duelpad Zen, right? So wait, go back. So I can explain what's happening here. The load layout, the metal won't be awesome. And yeah, the metal one's really good. Yeah, facts. Well, if you are, I can't read. If you are creatively and artistically bankrupt like me, buy the metal pad and don't worry about the artwork. In fact, and actually, shout out to Sin. He made me artwork for my metal one, but it's downstairs. I was doing I'm comparing it to something else, and I have that. Actually, I'm comparing it to something, but it's downstairs. I should go grab both real quick because I want to show the C16 and the other one. And I did at FedEx, we could do a Lamy label, and that's how I do all my metal pads. I put a Lamy label. It's a sticky label you put on top. So you print the picture, it goes through a lamination process, and the lamination process has an adhesive on the bottom, and I just peel it off and stick it on, and boom, done. So that's how I do it. But here's the evolution of what you're looking at. Get out the way. Here's the S, right? The S, and again, standard layout, but 2/4 off the base, 2/4, okay? 2 American quarters off the base. Then the R came out in 2024 in the summertime. What made this special? It's super thin. Like most get it and they creak. You're gonna notice it creaks right out the box. What they did was they made the acrylic top thinner. They like chopped it in half essentially. So now your rings are 2/4 off the base and your keycaps are 2/4. So it's roughly, roughly 4/4, 3 to 4/4 off the base. Okay. Standard, and it's slightly wider than the S because of the rings going around each keycap. And before we go on, let's pause. Let's respect the artwork. Where's my yes sirs at? Let's respect the artwork. Shout out to me and the artwork. All right. Respect the artwork. And they added a left pinky. So they remove this button right here. Okay. So there's your Hot Freeze R16. Now, that matters because the next thing that came out was the Duelpad Zen, right? And the Duelpad Zen Pro Metal. So Zen has 2 models, the acrylic, which is black or clear acrylic, just like the Guilekeys, and then they have the metal, which is black or white, right? So what Duelpad did was they took the S layout, they slightly turned it to make it more ergonomic, right? The keycaps are slightly close together. Like if you look here, these rings are practically touching. So if you really want the tightest spacing, you'll want a Duelpad Zen, right? And again, same thing, rings 2/4 off the base, buttons 3 or 4/4 off the base. So same, everything's the same. But what they also did was, see that white piece there? That's like a plastic wafer. So that stopped the creaking and it made it like super stable. And that doesn't mean this is, and they also added 2 power ports, the passports on the top. They have a menu button, just like the Guilekeys, they have a menu button right here, so you can go into the menus and change all your settings on the go. The menu row is across the top here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, and it has a unique shape. It looks smaller by video, but it's the same size in person as the bigger pads. So what they did with this pad is that it's not better than the R16. They're essentially the same thing, but it's going to last longer because it has 1 extra power port. It's going to feel less creaky because it has that plastic wafer inside, right? But they play and feel almost exactly the same. They're the same. They're the same. It's out the way. So what Guilekeys did was Guilekeys said, okay, I see what the Hot Freeze R16 is. I see what the Duelpad Zen is. Let's do the same thing. Let's add, I dropped it. Let's add a thick acrylic top, a thick plastic wafer, so that way it does not creak. And then let's go a step further and add a menu button so people can change their settings on the go. So that's the evolution. So, and they, same 2 power ports as the Zen, same passports as Zen. That stays the same. Same firmware. They're all run the same firmware. But when you're looking at these, if you want rings in GP2040, the R16 by Hot 42, the Zen by Duelpad has the tightest spacing, and the R16 is the left pinky. The Zen has the tightest spacing and slightly ergonomic because it's that split down the middle. The GK-16 is just standard with the menu button, right? Now we get to these 2. Same as the 16. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm beating a dead horse, but I really want to drive home that anyone that doesn't understand what's going on here, none of them are better than the other. None are better than the other. If you want metal, you would get the Guilekeys GF16 metal, right? Or the Duelpad Zen metal, or Zen Pro, right? This is metal, and both are fantastic. So when you're here with the acrylics, if you want the 18, you will get this. And if you want 21, you get this. I can't help you decide because, again, this is like, do I want this split? Then I would get this. Do I want this, but I want just more versatility? You're going to make this play how you want it to play, then you have that. So that's where you're at with these 2. So I'm going to pause for a minute so I can drink some water, but I hope that makes sense. Let me come up a little bit. Let me get some water. I'm starting to leave streams with a headache, so I'm not drinking enough water. So I'm holding myself accountable to drink more water as I'm talking. Orwell, shout out to Orwell. My Kasai still hasn't shipped. No tracking number on the am I cooked? Shout out to Orwell. The FK2 price and Kasai on Amazon with free shipping is hard to beat. I can look at those 2. I checked that right now. I should UV print my metal controllers. I'm about to go grab my metal one so I can show you what it looks like. And my C16s. I gotta show what this C16. Code, shout out to Code. Happy Sunday, Code. Duelpad need to make. You know what? So Code, Duelpad was actually cooking up something. This was back in like April. That was really cool, and it's on their Discord server. So it's not. I'm not like spilling the beans, but what they had coming, nobody's doing. Not even Halfway to. Like it was some. It's simple. You know, I want to tell you what it is, but I don't want to spoil it for them. Code, send me a message in Discord and I'll send you the link to the picture of what they were building. That way you can see it. You know, anybody, if y'all want to see it, just message me on Discord, because I don't know how they feel about. I mean, I know they don't care, like, because it's not proprietary, because they shared it anyway. I'm like rambling, but yeah, it was actually, it's a cool concept. I'll put it that way. But what happened to them right now is the tariffs. The tariffs in April is affecting everything they're doing, and I don't work there, so I don't know how their business is set up. But that's a lot. Look at the Buddha Fries. The Buddha Fries are like $100. Everyone is getting affected by the tariffs, so that they're just caught up in the same loop. That's all it is. I don't think that Kailh likes money. Don't think. Wait, what do you mean? I've ordered Kailh. Kale's been good to me. Or was that some? She's going through it right now. He's like Christmas sucks. Don't like the Kailh. RK Royal. I have the RK Royal downstairs too, and the only reason that review hasn't come out is because I wanted to get this one out. This is immediate. The second version of this, the M, I want to get that out. The Tikitaka M3 is here. I want to get that out, and then this just came in yesterday. This just came in yesterday. This is the HJK hit pad, and it came with a t-shirt too. I mean, it's a double XL, which, I mean, I'm not a big guy, so I gotta figure that out, but yeah. So I'm still going through the testing of the HJK. But I will say there's switches in that thing. Très magnifique. On that pad, they feel fantastic. On that pad, they feel good. So we'll see how that plays out. But the RK Royal, I'll give you a clue what's happening with the RK Royal. I would say, if y'all see this pad on sale, don't get it yet. Don't get it yet. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? I'm sorry if I'm scrolling too fast. I apologize. Right there. Boom. Yeah. Yep. And actually, I'm gonna go back. They have two pads. They have the, well, you know, it's an S for $40, but it's not an S. So here's what appears to be an S. It's shaped exactly like the S. Like it's the, and when we talk about this in like when I bring this up on the show, it's there. They did so many good. The packaging is fantastic. It's like solid. I'm trying to get a picture. I want y'all to see. So see, y'all can't really tell. There's like a slight wedge on the right and left hand side. I can't draw on the screen. Like there's the left button, left trigger, and then to the right of that, there's like a little wedge. It looks like. What they did was they sliced part of the acrylic, so that when you're trying to get your pad off the table, there's like handles to pick it up. Fantastic. But the only catch right now are the switches. There's nothing wrong with. Oh, okay. There's more. I'll come over here then. Okay, so I had to come in here and look for more switches. The switches are fine. The switches. Okay, I'm not going to go into this because this is going to ruin the time I talk about this. But there's things coming. Even the firmware is fine, but it's a little. It's not sketchy. We're going to talk. There's nothing wrong with it, but I would tell you. For their version of the S, their version of the T. Just get the S and the T. Just get the S and the T. Where's the T at? Right here. $66. Is that the real one? Saway. Yeah, it's a T. Yeah, 60. So look, this is 40. Oh, that's a really good deal. For $41 is good. So you're paying another $25. Oh. Okay, if anyone's like looking at this right now, right? Here's what I'm going to say to you. if you plan to buy this and never customize it, you just have it, you just want to play it till it dies, right? Then go ahead and give it a shot. You're gonna love unboxing it and all that stuff. If you plan to get it and customize it, you can change the artwork, all that stuff, but you can't change any this. You can change switches. Okay, I gotta get off this train. I can't. Cause I gotta get my thoughts together before I explain that. But it's there. I gotta get my thoughts together before I say what I think of. Because there's nothing wrong with that. Let me stop. It's not like the Matrix. The Matrix, the M16, that one I would say don't buy. I know the price dropped to 35 bucks. That's not bad if you're just curious. But you're buying it to throw it away. If I'm being the Matrix one. Okay, let me come up a little bit. I kind of went off on a tangent. Shout out the field reporter Cody. Yes, and I like the arc. Anyway, I reached out to them. Again and see if I can get one of their, because I love to help them lock down this like one thing. But anyway, I say the Guilekeys 21 is bundled with PS Boost controller for 104. Really? Yeah, and Guilekeys is good about bundling too. I'll say it's about Guilekeys. Here is my first impression of Guilekeys. Sorry, I'm going so fast. Go back. Okay, I think Guilekeys is taken after Hot 42. Look, keep the price affordable. Come out with your own unique style, because all the Guilekeys are known for rings. So I would almost say, y'all can't see, I'm sorry. I would almost say, if you know you want a pad with rings, I would kind of point you to Guilekeys. I mean, the R16 and the Zen are good though. I would point you to those three. Like the Guilekeys is definitely owning the ring space. And then the Zen is, if you want tighter space, you get the Zen. And the R16, they might be like taking over the R16 space. That might be the better way to say it. I think they're probably taking over the R16 space. Because the Zen is its own. The Zen is kind of its own thing, because the Zen is for tighter space. If you want tighter space, you want the Zen. Where's the AliExpress? So here's the Zen and the Zen Pro. Oh, the Zen Pro is 90 bucks, and it's got a coupon. Oh, wait a minute. Get the Zen Pro. That's a good deal. Get the Zen. That Zen Pro's a good deal. That's a really good deal. Dang. Again, I'm not logged in, so I can't see like the final pricing, but that's a really good deal. Okay, go back. Right, close this out. Okay, so here's a Zen. If you know you want the tightest spacing, okay, I know, get out the way, please. If you liked rings, you want tight spacing, you would get the Zen. And if you know you like this pad, just pick up the metal while it's on sale, because it's got a $50 coupon right here. $75 for the white or black, and upgraded switches out the box. Yeah, pick one of those up for sure. And it's like a slice split. That's fantastic. The R16, there's nothing wrong with it, but he's kind of being priced out a little bit, where now he's 71, whereas the Guilekeys 18 is 60. The other one is 55. The 21 is 55. You see where I'm going with this? Like, so even the metal, this is 70, basically 75, right? You can spend $10, $15 more and get the metal version without the left pinky. So it's kind of like a weird dance where if you were considering the R16, or if you have one and you like it, here are more options for you. Again, none is better than the other. Like, let's make sure I beat a dead horse with that. There is no best controller. But if you liked ring pads, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the clear, these two are the same. So technically 6. Right? And also, I forgot to mention, this comes with Kailh Sacred Falcon short travel switches, like out the box. The 21 and the 16 come with reds. And again, there's nothing wrong with reds, but I took those off. This pad right now, I have white rings on this one right now. On this pad, I have the Sacred, it's the same switch, Kailh Sacred Falcons. I love how cold this is, feels good. And then in my 16, I'm testing the LoFree Surfers. I haven't even tested this yet to see if I like them. We'll see how that goes. But I need something to test them once I put them in there. But the Sacred Falcons, I have not taken out. I like the way they feel. For me, I like short travel, right? So I left it in there. So, yeah. Let me come down a little bit. On the bundle. I should look for the bundle. I didn't see the bundle. I know it's here, but I didn't see it. Where's the bar? Right there. Boom. 106. There you go. So, well, that keeps it. So 59. So that's 60. 60 is 120. So you're getting $10 off with the bundle. There you go. So you can get the booter, the pad. Oh, please get out the way. Why is this not like zooming in? You get the booter and the pad for, you know, 105 bucks. That's a good deal. That's a good deal. Yeah, that's a good deal. That's a good deal. And I think they all have it, I would assume. Where are you? Where are you? Here's the Sacred Falcons, 20 for 20, so that's not bad. Where are you? Right here. So this one, yep, same thing, 105. They have I have their case too. The case is fine. It's just a foam laptop sleeve. Like, don't get, and the case is $10, so let's not get ridiculous, right? It does what it's supposed to do for the price you paid. So, yeah, I have nothing bad to say about it, but it's what it is, the laptop sleeve. And then the metal one, same thing. Oh, it's 140. That's the same. Well, that matches, right? 90 plus 60 plus 50 is 140. That's about right. So this, okay, so it's the same. Like, nothing's changing as far as the pricing. They're basically saying, look, here's this with the booter. Yeah, that matches prices. So yeah. So yeah, shout out to Guilekeys. They're definitely coming into the ring space and claiming their space, right? And I know other people that use Guilekeys and love them. So that there's, yeah, like I said, you get the larger screen, rings if you like it. Because I personally, I don't play on rings. I play primarily on, I play on a T, like that, the bigger style, because my hands are big. But I play flat. But y'all see me do tournaments with all the pads. I don't really care. A pad's a pad to me, right? But if I'm getting my butt kicked, I'll grab the other. But I know a lot of people last year that bought the R16 that love it. So if you're in that line of pad, and I don't know, your pad's getting older, you just want to try something new, Guilekeys is going to feel right at home to you. And it's going to feel really nice, really nice. And then your biggest thing is like picking between the two. Let me come down a little bit. Thoughts on the Hitbox Ultra announcement. Did it come out yet? Maybe 1% discount on buttons that are never in stock, or 2% discount on the potentially new Hitbox cross-up. New feature begins Southern Priority. I gotta look. The HJK hit pad is gorgeous. It's nice. Might need to cop one for the price. How much is the HJK? Because it was 124. And I don't have enough feedback. I was playing with it this morning and last night. Like I was playing pretty late. 126 right now. Turn over. So it's it's on sale for 126. I don't know if it's coming to Amazon or not. It has a unique shape. It's a lot like the Zen, to be honest, but it's like slightly different. It's plastic top and bottom. I haven't messed with artwork things. The keycaps, I'll tell you now, they are 23s with 128 on the bottom. So because of the shape and like the design on top, they look like 25s, but they're not. They're 23s. The switches, these loop switches are fantastic. But the only thing is, I don't know where to find them. So I was like, you know, I want to order some more and I can't find them. Here is the part that I'm having a little bit of, not a problem, but you're going to notice. So I'm like spilling the tea before I fully review it. With this pad here, what you're going to notice is when you put the booter inside the locking port, you close the door and it locks. Perfect. If you share your booter with multiple pads, you will need needle nose pliers to get it out. Like, it's fully in there. So it's one of those things where you set it and forget it. Okay. The layouts, I kind of play with. I haven't really, like, it just came in yesterday. I haven't even had time to really go through all of it yet. It does come with the key plugs. The audio does work for PC and for PS5. I tested that. I haven't even tested on I haven't tried Xbox yet and all that stuff, but you know, in the moment. The mode switching, control configuration lock function, instantly activate tournament mode with one button preset plus 3 selectable gameplay modes. That's what I was trying to figure out this morning. Anyway, anti-slip, yeah, that's there. The slip, there's stickers you can put on top for anti-slip on the top. Yeah, all that stuff. So I'll dig more into it once I get better feedback. So right now I don't want to say things that I have enough time with it, but it plays nice. And the switch lights, they feel great on the plastic. They feel really great. So that's really cool. Kailh doesn't want to sell their HE low profiles. They don't want to sell the spirit sticks either. Like, come on, I have a bag for you, Kailh. Sell that already. Show me the money. Here's the money. We don't want it. Wait, what? No. I want to give you my money. We don't want your money. I drink some water. Stop. Hey, Google, set a timer for 2 o'clock.
Second timer for today at 2 p.m. It's for 59 minutes and 51 seconds. And that's starting now. Hey,
Google, set a timer for 2:55. Okay, so I drink my water. I got a new work mouse, the Logitech MX Master 4. Oh, nice. Guilekeys is winning with the switches that come with the Leverless for the facts. You're coming with, like, just like the Zen. The Zen and the Guilekeys, they come out the box. Again, not the 16 and 21, just only because they came out like around, they came out last year. They came out around this time last year. So you're getting reds, but just take the reds out. It's not a big deal. But with their newer pads, this one and the GK and the metal comes with reds also. I gotta check. I think it comes with reds also. But like the Zen, the black comes with ghost switches. And actually, what do I have in here right now? I have shadow hunting in here right now. Let's test the shadows. The shadows feel great on here. But again, you know, these two feel similar. They will have short travels out the box, you know. Stone, I'm new. Oh, you're new to Leverless. Okay, so let me just go grab my C60 because I have a pad that I think you should start with. You really should have gotten a second Duelpad Zen metal instead of GK-18. So I think I said R Boniao. R Boniao. I think I said that right. Really should. So you have the Zen. And it's out the way. I'm trying to make the chat clear so y'all can see better, but I cannot figure out how to change the color of this stupid thing. I'm colorblind, so it looks bluish, greenish, grayish, purplish. I don't know. It's a color to me, but I cannot get it to just be clear or like transparent. But anyway, I digress. Appearance. Even when I try to like make it transparent, if I do this, bring back down this. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so just I'll just move it around. So you can see, you can kind of see. Okay, it chops off here, but that's fine. These two both have a split, right? This one is about 2 adapters wide, like kind of like that. I mean, the gap on this one is wider compared to this one is roughly 1 adapter wide, roughly, right? But I mean, when you who cares, right? But just like a FY, like what you're feeling with this one. Again, the spacing is slightly tighter because if you look. Here's a quarter, right? So I put this up here. See how the quarter just flows right through? Boom, just goes right through there. Right? It jams, but barely. It basically goes through, okay? The Zen, it does not. Wait, what? Don't make me a liar again. No. Is this one slightly tighter? Now I'm getting confused. Now I'm getting like, wait a minute. Zen uses the tightest spacing. Maybe it's something, maybe it feels different in use. Oh, that's interesting. Wait a minute. The metal is slightly wider than the acrylic. Like I've done this before. See the acrylic, it gets jammed. It won't even go through. It is clearly stuck. Interesting. I did not notice that. The metal is ever so slightly wider, like barely wider. It's basically the same. Huh. Yeah, because all these, I can't even get through these. These are all touching. So if you want the tightest, the acrylic is their tightest. This comes in black and clear. If you want to change your artwork, you get the clear. If you want just, you know, no artwork, you get the black. Interesting. Whereas the R16, you can see, boom, this goes right through. So the R16 is technically the widest. And I say widest, it's like, I mean, it's not even a full millimeter. It's like barely wider. And then this one here, like barely jams. And the metal is next. So it's like R16, metal Zen, Guilekeys, and then the Zen acrylic as far as the tightest spacing. I need to write that down, so I'm going to forget that. But it's R16, metal, Guilekeys, acrylic, Zen. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, and this one again is slightly turned, but as far as you know, which is better, there's no better. They feel they're gonna play very similar. But I'm curious, Rubiano, like what I mean, sorry, Ruby Boniao, like what is making you? Oh, I see. You want the metal because the price dropped. I think that's what you're saying. Yeah. The price dropped. This is really nice, AliExpress. But who'd have known, right? It's one of those things where like, dang, like who knew? Short travel switches makes sense for 3D fighting. Was yes, especially for Tekken. Like for Tekken, I can move around and like feel snappy, all that good stuff. Yeah, I like the HJK more without the headphone jack. Those things always break on me. Oh, that's an interesting point. Well, that's an interesting point. I gotta think about that because the Mayflash has it too, and the Mayflash works great too. I gotta think about that. Let me think about that because here's where my mind is right now. I like it, even if I don't use it. Because it's fun fact. Usually when I play fighting games, I play on mute because the music makes like it gets me nervous. So, a lot of times I'll turn the music off and I play on mute. So for me, the headphone jack is kind of neither here nor there. But I do like that it's there. At least it's one of those things where like the menu button, like even the Zen, if you don't ever use the menu button, at least it's there. I gotta think about that. That's an interesting point, Wolf. I gotta think about that. Orville, that shitty hit pad is gorgeous. If that drone was HE or induction, even better. But I think I might have to cop. Which shipping? Yes, the shipping is insane, and that's kind of the qualm. With the Sapphire shipping on their website is one thing, whereas Amazon, how much is Sapphire right now? It was on sale last week. So 143, boom, same price. So still 145. And I want to say it's when you're logged in, I think it's free ship. Yeah, free returns. I'm almost guaranteed it's free shipping when you're logged in. Yeah, free delivery right there. Boom, yep. Regular price 179, Prime. Oh, that I never seen that, but that's cool. So if you're a Prime member, you get it for 145, and if you're not, it's 180. Interesting. Yeah, Sapphire's good. If you like MX switches, the Sapphire's really good. Let me come down here. Vlog, shout out the vlog. Happy Sunday, vlog. Hope things are going good your way. Shout out the vlog. Are you hyped for Murrayzo? We are definitely playing Murrayzo on Tuesday on Tekken. I'm trying to keep my mind open, vlog. I'll keep my mind open. Armor King was actually really cool. I was shocked. He doesn't feel like a king in a weird way, like grabby. You know, he feels like a Tekken character. I don't know how to make sense of that statement, but I think he's really cool. I'm gonna be playing her. I might try to get her to like Tekken King or Bushin just to see what I think. But she looks spammy as can be. Her combo damage is insane. So I'm a little bothered. She feels like a Clive, like a female Clive. And I don't like that feeling because Clive, I don't like him. He kind of sucks. He looks great. His animations are cool. Like the too many. Let me stop because I'll start rambling. Duelpad Zen Metal with Kasumi switches are the bee's knees. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. That's a good point. Let me. Where's my switch puller? Because I didn't even check if this pad could do both. I didn't even think about that. Okay. So let me make sure you guys understand what's going on here. So when you buy the Zen, this pad, like a DOIO, there's Tikitaka M5, there's different pads that can do multiple switches. And here's the point. Here's some Gatorons right here. The Kasumis, I was testing those out on another pad actually, but the pin layout, y'all probably can't even see this on camera. Let me change my view so I can see. Hopefully this shows up on camera. I'll put it like that. Again, you probably can't see it. But the Gatorons, see how like the hole right there in the middle? It's to the right of the hole. So like this is the same, but this side's different. Whereas on the Kailhs, they line up with the hole. So with the Guilekeys pad, you can only use the Kailh V2s. No big deal, right? But that's just what it is. The DOIO version 1s can only use the Gatorons, right? So same difference. What Duelpad did, I think the Hot Free 2s, almost guarantee they are only Kailhs. And again, you're seeing a crystal. I'm not using crystals on this pad. This pad is ghost switches all day long. Yeah, they're Kailhs. So this is a Kailh. The Gatorons are Kailhs. So it's perfect. For me, I'm happy. I like the Kailh V2s. The Kasumis, though, surprised. I'm getting used to the Kasumis. They are really nice. They are really smooth. I think I need to lube them, though. Pause. I need to lube those switches, though, because they're Gatorons. Gatorons have like an interesting feel, but they're really nice. I like the feel of them. At least on the M5. Where was that at? Okay, here's the Duelpad. So what's nice about the Zen is it has Kailh switches on the top, and then if you flip your Gatorons over, you can put Gatorons on the bottom. So you could change this pad to feel how you want it to feel with Kailhs or Gatoron switches. So that's really nice. You know, I might take these off because I've never used these two buttons, so I can save these for another pad. I'll leave them there for now, but they're probably going to come out so I can use these for another pad down the road. That'll use up all my switches. And then be careful putting your switches back in, because I bend mine all the time by accident. And for the short travels, I do not use O-rings on my short travel switches. That's just me. But every other switch I do put O-rings on, just because I like the feel, and they're quieter and softer. Like this R16 has ghost, what switches are on here? Yeah, these are ghost switches, and I have O-rings. This is one of my quietest pads. This thing is so quiet, but you can make that all these will sound and feel the same with ghost. If you are new to Leverless, you need to start with the Razor Kitsune Redbox Ultra, and then realize you made a mistake and earn your stripes and get something good and reasonable. Yeah, do not start with the Kitsune, and do not start with the Hitbox Ultra for your first pad. And the only reason I say that is there's nothing wrong with those pads. They are fantastic pads. The reason I'm saying that is the price is high, and if you find out there's a couple things you're considering, right? You may find you don't like the switch the keycap spacing. You may find you don't like playing Leverless at all. You may find you want wider keycaps, smaller keycaps, wider spacing, tighter spacing. Start with one of these brands that are more affordable, and then try the other brands once you know the style you like. So if you like this one, for example, the GK-18, then a hitbox is going to be fine to you, because it's the same layout. Now you're just finding out, do I want to spend more for the case, and the case and the physical buttons, set of Kailh switch, all that stuff. So what you're really getting into at that point. Yeah, and the Razor, you would get the Razor or get the T or the M Plus from Halfree 2 and decide, okay, do I want optical switches or I want Kailhs, stuff like that. Vlog, you bought C16S with the Black Friday, so nice, can't wait to try it out. Nice, shout out the Vlog. I have the C16S up here, so I have that one there. Actually, I need it for this too. Actually, there's something to show. So here's the CS, right? Metal base. It's like a thin piece of metal base, plastic frame with an acrylic top that just pops right. You press the button, it pops right off. You can add your own custom artwork. Vlog, it's going to be frosted. I don't like the frosted top, but that's what it is. And I think what's happening, like full transfer there too. I don't know. I haven't talked to anybody. My personal opinion is, I think, because I talked to another vendor at Evo, and they were having a hard time finding acrylic top vendors. So I got a funny feeling that Halfree is in the same boat, where their clear acrylic vendor may have gone out of business, or something's going on, and they had to get a frost top. They said it's for fingerprints, but I'll be honest, I want here's what I'm trying to say. Look at that artwork, right? And then look at it now. There, without the frost, with the frost. You see what I'm saying? So it's not that big a deal, but I like to see my artwork. I put a lot of thought and time into this designs using, well, ChatGPT did it for me, but I made the request. I wrote the prompt. Right? So I want to see my artwork, but outside of that, everything else, and the wind engine switches feel like butter. Like, ooh, they feel smooth. Yeah, as soon as you, but the reason I brought it up was, see that middle button here? This is a 25 millimeter. This is a 20. It's a 23, right? It's the same size across the body. These are only two larges on the bottom, but you get a clue what I'm saying here. The split, right? So you have a pill here on this side, you have a left pinky on this side, you have a pill on this side, you have 1 2 3 pill, you have 1 2 3 your standard 2 4s, right? So, and you have 2 pills on the bottom and your 2 on the sides, you have your 2 ups and your 1 over here. So yeah, again, there is no best, it's just style of play, right? Like what your hands prefer and for that style of play. There we go, perfect. But yeah, I can't wait to hear what you think. Merlin, shout out to Merlin. Happy Sunday, Merlin. Both, let's see, both Clive and Mary are SoCal. Yes, that's the thing. And there's, is it Sujujin? I forgot his name. But he went through, like when Marizo first got shown, and he was like, wait, that's Soul Calibur 5. That's Soul Calibur 6. He was naming all the Soul Calibur moves. It's the same animations. They just applied a different character on top of the same animation. So I don't know how I feel about that. We'll see. Because even Law has, those that play Soul Calibur, I like Maxi. He's the nunchuck guy. There's a certain move that Law does where he whips his nunchucks up. That's Maxi. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, why is this Soul Calibur moves in Tekken? But I heard that the Soul Calibur team is on the Tekken project, so yeah, they're not doing that team. I'm not gonna leave it at that. Shout out to Mel E21. Happy Sunday, Melly. Hey, Doc. Last week I talked to you about the spacing on the middle button for the GK-18. Yeah, oh, yeah. I removed the ring and popped a 25mm button. It's still wide. Could you maybe use a pill from the C16 and measure the spacing? Where's my switch remover? Let's see what we got here. And those that don't know, what I'm doing is when you get this keycap remover, if you have a keyboard, where's my keyboard? If you have a keyboard, you'll use both sides. You'll stick it over kind of like this, and it gets, see how it's hooked under both sides of the keycap, and you just pull it right off. Like, it's super fast and smooth. Okay. Oh God, make sure I'm not clicking anything on my computer. Hold up. Okay, I'll just take it off. Screw it. Come off, please. 1, 2. Good. Okay, boom. Okay. When I'm taking off keycaps, I only use one of the wires, not both. So what I do is when it's brand new, they're hard to get off because it's a brand new switch and a brand new keycap mashed together and never ever removed. So when you get it, they're almost married to each other, right? They're lovers. So what you'll do is you just wedge one in, right? And just wiggle, like flap your wings, like make it dance like that, right? But I usually go in a circle. So I'll start here and I'll kind of like wiggle, and just work it all the way around. Take your time and it'll pop right off. But just because once you do it a second time, it's super fast. The first time is married. All right, so here's the keycap. Got it. Now, this is going to be, so Mel, this is going to kind of answer your question, but I don't want to take all the 9 screws off during the streams. That could take a while. Or was it 4, 6, 9? Yeah. But that's kind of what it looks like there. So if you put this on here, hopefully you can see that. Compared to a 25, it is wider than the 25. But here's the catch. I don't know where you find these. So if your thought is, okay, well, I'll put these pill caps on here. Again, the only catch is I don't know where to find these. Like, Hot Free Tuesdays aren't selling these yet. So that's kind of like the only like caveat. Even if you wanted to do it, you wouldn't have any extras. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it would look like. It actually looks fine. That looks pretty good. Actually, that would have been kind of cool. They put a pill there. You just slap the pill. That would have been kind of cool. Huh. Yeah, that actually would have been kind of cool. But pretty sure they ran into the same thing where we are like, to keep the price down, we're going to order a bunch of keycaps and then one of these. That's going to raise the price way up. You know what I mean? Because I order like 10,000 keycaps and I order 1,000 specialty keycaps, the price is going to go up. So that's probably why they didn't do something like that. But I see what you're trying to do. Accidentally stabbing your fingers with the switch pins. Yes, I've definitely done that. While switching them out is the worst, and stepping from Lego blocks I found the other day. Facts. Definitely messing with these switches sometimes, you will definitely stab yourself. Those pins are sharp. Vlog, yeah, actually, you're gonna like no problem. What did Vlog say? Not a problem. I'm happy with extra. Yeah, and Vlog, I wasn't oh, I think you're talking about the artwork. Yeah, I was just letting you know about the top. Like you're gonna like when it shows up, you're gonna be happy, I think, because again, you're playing like this with these 3, and the way I did it was, since L1 and L2 are kind of gone technically, I forgot what I did. I think I made these 2 L1 and this one L2, or this one L1 and these 2 L2. I forgot what I did, but what's nice is you can kind of play off this side, or you can I can't reach it. You can play off this side, right? And then, like I said, I like how close this is. It's super close. Whereas in the Guilekeys, it is further away. Somebody mentioned that last week, that it is further. It's in the middle button. But what's cool about this pad is it's kind of there for free. They could have taken this out if they wanted to, and you'd be kind of like this. I want to flick you guys off, but you're like this, right? Right. So it's nice it's there. This one is slightly tighter as far as all the space, but you're gonna feel right at home. And again, the other big thing is the wrist rest is not as tall. That's just because they added this plastic component here to fit the lighting, the click buttons, the screen, like everything is in a case. So they had to shift a little, like if you look at this one here, see how the menu row is like right in line with all this stuff? They're kind of like aligned together. If they were to put this screen inside the case up here, all this would shift down to fit this big screen in a case. So, but yeah, and your push button is right here in the back. So your artwork, and as soon as you open the box, was there artwork? There's artwork. The artwork's kind of ugly, but it's free. Who cares, right? But it comes with everything you need, and you're gonna have a lot of fun like customizing this pad. I think you're gonna like it. And then one more thing, vlog. Don't forget, you can play this pad with rings if you want to. So again, I play it flat style, but if you take the top off and play like this, these rings are tight. They're clipped in, and the buttons are right here. So technically, you could, if you just want to feel a ring, you can play this without the top, and it works just fine. You won't mess anything up. Unless you have like sweaty hands, but I mean, it's there. And then if you want it flat, just drop it back in, and now you're flat again. Right, so there you go. But the rings inside, they're not like these. These are kind of sloped off. I mean, you can kind of slide. You really can't slide with these rings, right? But you can't slide at all with the C rings because they're just up and down. Like it's like a Mario tunnel, if that makes any sense. Yeah, you're gonna. I think you're gonna be happy, vlog. Yep, you're gonna be happy. Code, do you think the Gateron Kasumi Switch is better than the Kailh Sticker Minis? No. So here's the DOIO version, DOIO Pro. HitPad Pro version 1. This came out last year, right? So this pad here, all metal on top and bottom, right? And this has, I put the red 2.0s in here, so like the better reds, and then I also put the Gator. I'll test the Kasumis. So I put the Kasumis on the directionals, and I haven't played with it yet. They feel fun. They feel nice and like snappy and flat. They feel good, and these feel good too. The Gatorons just have a unique feel. I don't know how to describe it. Because I have a Gateron keyboard, and I don't mind it. After an hour, when they start to like kind of really break in, you know, they just feel different. I don't even know how to describe it. They just feel different. They feel different. But I like Kasumis. The Kasumis I like a lot. I like the Kasumis better than the reds, that's for sure. Even the red 2.0s, the Kasumis feel better. But I'm trying to wrap my, because I just did it like 3 days ago, so I haven't even played with it yet to see, like, you know, when you're playing, you start losing, that's when you know if you like something. Oh, wait, now I mention it. We have a new Switch in the top 10. So, where's my list of top 10s? And again, top 10 again is not better, but these are Switches that I like so far, that I've tested on metal, acrylic, and plastic. I could tell y'all, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where's my list at? 2 seconds. Shota, where are you? Right here, boom. So currently, and this is kind of an order of release. The LoFree Ghost came out last year. The LoFree Ghost, again, this is not like number one, it's just order, right? No, not in any order. LoFree Ghost, they're linear. Hot 42 Wind Engine. Is it Kailh? Is it Kailh or LoFree White Rains? I gotta look that up. The White Rains. The Deep Sea Islet Silence. Those are nice. The Short Travel Shadow Hunting. The Short Travel Kailh Sticker Falcons, and we have 2 new additions that I'm feeling confident in those so far. The LoFree Void Silent and the LoFree Specter's regular linear. Those 2 are feeling really good so far, and I have them on. I have 2 S's. Like this one here has the Voids, so I'll probably play with this sometime next week to feel how that feels. Oops. But I have the Voids. The S, the M Lights. And then the U is my plastic and the V is my other plastic. I'm testing those out, but so far those 2 are creeping into being in my top 10, top 20 switches. Again, all the switches in the description of this video are the ones I use and I like, but those are the ones that I tend to put on everything that I can recommend universally. Like, hey, if you just want to try to switch, those will work on anything. Millie, thanks for showing. Yeah, I've been looking around for pills, but no luck finding any. Yeah, it's, I don't know who sells them. And you know what's, like, to kind of add to that point, this is going to sound dumb to some people, but I can't see. Let me show you what I'm talking about. The extra keycaps that come inside the menu box, because they're all black or all clear, I forgot the color. I like to have my home and start button be different colors. So I'll put a red on home for all my controllers, and I'll put a clear or black on start. And sometimes turbo too, it just depends. But usually those 2 on every one of my controllers. Like since the R16, since before this pad, see, look, I can find home and I can find start. I always know where they are, and the rest are just kind of like extra buttons that don't really matter. Because, you know, finding homes, this is not labeled. It's always hard to find home and start. So if you look in the bag, I put it over there. When it shows up, whatever controller you order, when it arrives, just take your finger, just peel it out. It comes right out. Right? And then you take the other color and just stick it right in there. Boom, you won't miss anything. It's not gonna break anything. Boom. And that way you can always find home and start. Because I know you've missed it forever. Look at my ass. Look at that. Red for home. And black, because this one came with clears, so I put red and black for start and red. So, but yeah, fun fact. Kailh Black Kite Cinema, the Black Kite. Oh, so funny. Or I did get an order in for the Black Kites, and they'll probably be here in like 2 weeks. So I'm excited to talk about those. I'm curious though if they're gonna feel like the Lukes, because the Luke in that HJK, I don't want to oversell it because I've only played it on that pad. I haven't tried it on any other pads yet. And I know where to find them, but they feel really smooth and really like they're soft. They feel like a Tikitaka Panda V1. Like they're so soft, but the spring bounces right back up. I love my switches to like go down and come back up real fast. That's how I like to play. I like snappy switches. Vlog, yeah, it's great. I always struggle with LB and LT. Nice. When you get that C16 and Vlog, I just made a profiles video like 2 weeks ago. If I'm sure you know how to do it, but if you don't, that video will show you how I hold the turbo button. I just press these two to switch my profiles. Like I could be playing any game and I was like, oops, profile 1, profile 2. And what I'm getting at is I recommend, you know, pull up that video, and I'll show in a second, but you're really going to want to, I forgot if you play Street Fighter or 2XK, I don't remember. I know you play Tekken 2, but point being is this. That way you can have profile 1 be stock. Like leave profile 1 as stock, right? Just change the turbo button, where's turbo? Turbo I think is right here. Well, it's one of these two. Change turbo to function, right? On all your profiles. So profile 1 is stock. Switch to profile 2, make these outer ones L2, make this one L1. Switch to profile 3, these outer two L1, and make this L2. And then profile 4, just go crazy. And that way you can like play a match, switch profiles, play a match, like play around, honestly, play around, switch your profiles. And like you'll get a feel for, okay, how do I want to play like this, or like Panda, you know, all that's down here. You'll lock into what you're looking for that way. And I'm saying it to say that way you're not going to the web, like plug your controller, unplugging, and plugging, unplugging, and you know, mess with your port and all that stuff. And also, whenever you use it on the computer, just use your backup port. And then when you play for regular, there's a locking USB-C port. I mean, you'll figure it out. You know, just use the. Never mind. I'm going too deep now. Just do what you do. I'm going too deep. Shout out to 6 Shallows 9. Happy Sunday, 6 Shallows 9. Do you have the 8? I do have the 8-bit doll. I do, it's right here. And this was actually the first pad that I tested the LoFree Specters on. Am I lying? Let me see. This pad is running. Switches are on it. This is it came with Hide Mountain. I don't personally like clicky switches because they're loud and they have a tactile feel. I like mine a little smoother, so I took those out. But I put in the LoFree Specters for me, and it plays the way I want it to play, and it feels really nice to me, right? And I have a video showing you how to customize, how to take this off. Once you do it the first time, it's easy. The first time it's going to scare you, but that. And also one more thing, I got a comment from somebody. I think they took their top off. I guess so many comments. I'm probably saying this wrong if you're watching, so I apologize. But something happened, and he chipped one of the pieces of this, because this is glass, and he chipped it somehow. I forgot what he said. So when you're messing with it, just be careful. It has a metal plate, so that's good, right? But this is a glass, so kind of be careful as you deal with it. But getting it off, it's not hard. Like, it's hard the first time, but after that, the magnets just snaps right back in. But you kind of have to like bend. Can you see that? You probably can't see. Yeah, right there. You're gonna have to put it against your chest and bend it, and use your other hand to wedge your finger in it. It'll come right out. All right. But yeah. As soon as this arrives, like this is on sale. Pick this up for how much is this? Right here, $70. Yes, sir. That's a yes, sir. $70 is a yes, sir. Wow, that's a good deal. But there's a catch though, and I'll tell you what the catch is. But wireless, leverless, that's a really good deal. Here's the catch. Oh, I can't see. I can't see. Again, I have big hands, right? So I also play Tekken weird. What do I mean? When I play on D-pad, I play like I'll hit both, right? I play with my thumb. I never use these two. I play like this, right? I'm doing all this stuff, okay? But I've heard of people playing what's called claw, where they use their D-pad like this with their fingers somehow. I don't know how they do this, but they play like this. Okay, it's called claw, right? I play leverless weird. Like see how this little cap is here? That comes with these blank caps. I took the switch out and put the blank in because when I play Tekken, only Tekken I do this. My thumb is here and my other fingers are around it. So I'm kind of playing upside down when I'm playing, you guys. Y'all don't even know it. So I'm playing kind of weird, and I'll, but that's with Street Fighter I play normal. 2XKO I play normal. Guilty Gear I play normal. Only Tekken. So the point I'm making is, because I have longer fingers and I'm playing in a weird way, the big keycaps across the pad, these are 25s. This pad has two 25s. The rest are, I mean, they're 20s, but the whole is a 23, right? But they're 20s, essentially. They're essentially 23s. Point being is they're small with two larges. This whole pad is large with the extra large on the bottom. And this feels comfortable for me for Tekken, okay? If you know your hands are not that big and you can't fit across this pad wide, you're not going to be happy with the spacing. You're going to want a more this is like a standard feel, right? I say tighter, but just like a standard spacing. And then next you'll decide you want rings or no rings, but all the, like here's the S, standard spacing, slightly tighter, right? All that stuff. But when I review these type of controllers, I can get cramped playing Tekken for a while because again, see how tight my hands are, whereas in the T like this compared to like this. So, but again, I'm weird with the way I play. But every other game, I prefer these smaller, like tighter spacing because it's like a keyboard, it's more natural. So I hope I didn't beat a dead horse, and I hope that made sense. But as far as this pad plays really nice. Once you change the switches for me, when I changed the switches out, I was happy with the performance, and the price is really good. And it's wireless. It's wired and wireless, but you get the point. Shout out to oh God. Professor Jiggle S. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Comes in here just cussing. Well, let's go ahead and, I guess, ban him. That was funny. That was 10 minutes. All right, where's my... How can I do it on here? Where's my phone? I'll do it on my phone. 2 seconds. We're getting trolls. That's a good thing. Trolls are a good thing, in my opinion. Even if it is like a pain. Oh, y'all can't even see it, but they're all hell for review. Wow. How do I remove this person? Wow. We're growing. We're growing. That's so funny. Let me see here. I can't see. I can't see. So shout out to Soko. Happy Sunday, Soko. Hope you and the family doing good. Shout out the vlog. Hope you and the family doing good. Some of the day ones. Yeah, shout out to you guys. Orville, let me hear the Lukes. Oh, where's the Lukes? I'll grab it. I know some people get upset, but it's like, that means your channel's growing. If your channel's cared about enough for somebody to come through and just write something stupid, I guess you're doing okay. So here's that port. And again, before I move on, see how the booter fits right here? So your plug goes here, your booter goes there, and they lock in. So that's a really nice feature. And what's kind of interesting too, when you put the booter in and you connect to your PS5, you don't have to press home and start. It just like does it. It just like boom, it pops right up on screen, which is cool. But if you want to get that thing back out of here, it won't come out. And also, if you have any other type of adapter, they will not fit in that hole. Because I tried, like, well, does this work with any other adapter? I mean, it kind of sticks, but it's barely, like, I can tell it's barely on there. I know it's not fully connected, so I'm not going to bother. All right, but here's what it sounds like. I don't even know if y'all can hear that, because they're really, you know what's so funny? They feel like a DIY keycap, but it's like a smooth texture. I don't even know how to describe it. Like they feel like DIY keycaps, but just smooth. That's what I would say. Because even the bottom's like a white color, like a DIY. I could be wrong, colorblind, but it looks like that to me. But with, I don't know how long this color's gonna stay on top. I really don't care. I feel like it's gonna be fine. I'm not really stressed about it. But yeah, this is gonna be fun to talk about. And yeah, it's definitely plastic all around. I'll see if this pops off, because I don't remember if this comes off or not. I haven't gone to the book. Like I said, I barely had time to really spin with this yet. I spent about an hour or two playing with this morning while everybody was asleep, just checking it out. And really what I was trying to do that whole time was figure out how to like go from PS to NS. So that's another thing. If you play on PS5, you're going to have to go on a Windows computer and like set this button up. And I haven't even figured out what these 3 profile buttons do yet. There's a lot going on with this. Not in a bad way, but there's just a lot going on. So I'm like, make sure I write my notes down, because I'm going to forget in a day, like all the stuff I did to test it, and put that on there. Let's see here. So hopefully you can hear, because to me it sounded quiet, so I don't think you even heard it. But those loop switches are like, even this one. There's Sacred Falcons. And here's like the shadow hunting. But again, that's on metal, right? And then here are the LoFree Void silence. Right, so I'm sure the mic's probably filtering all that out. So it's kind of hard. Jones, yeah, thank you, Code. I appreciate it. I wish I saw it sooner. Hopefully I got him out. Let me just scroll down some more. Let's see if I can ban him. I think he's gone. He should be gone. But yeah, interesting, right? You're growing. Shout out to Code. Thanks, Code. Yeah, Vlog. Yeah, you'll be all set, Vlog. It's like, so the C16S, as soon as it shows up, that pad is really like, it's meant to be customized like on arrival. That's the best way I can say it. Leave profile 1 is stock. And wait, here's what I was talking about. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, you can customize the profiles of your pad. Where's my video? Shout out to myself. Right here, boom. Okay, so there's 2 videos I just put out. This secret menu system, this will show you how to access the menu system on the pad without needing a menu button, and it's universal to all GP2040 controllers. And then this is the one I'm talking about right here, Vlog. It's super short, but it will show you how to go through and swap your profiles. Is there gonna be an ad? There might be an ad. Okay, boom. I'll skip for a little bit here. Again, it'll show you guys how to set up your profiles, like all of my controllers. I have a home, TK-8, Street Fighter 6 in stock. I do that on every controller I own. And I set them up to where I want them. And that when I'm playing, did I show it in here? I do, right here. So you can connect the power, right? And all I do is I just hold down turbo. And put this at 2x. I watch everything in 2x speed, so 1x kind of like, it gives me anxiety. It's too slow. Turbo, look at that, boom. Stock profile, Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, home. I can just, at any time, I can switch profiles right on the fly by holding turbo, and then I have the other ones set for something else. But that's what you'll learn how to do. It is super fast. But yeah, anyone on GP2040, you definitely want to watch. That's technically, that's part 2 to the quick start guide, but you're going to learn a lot of how it all works. It's not hard, but it's something you should know how to do. Mel E, can you buy the Lukes? That's what I was looking for. I can't find them because I really want to try them on different materials because I like them on plastic. Because I was looking and I don't see them anywhere. Because even on HJK, because they tell you they're here, but like support, store. Here's the pad, but there's no way to get replacement switches. And again, how often do your switches die? Let's be honest, right? So 2 backups, you're fine. But it is one of those things where, hey, you guys did a great, like it's like Hot 42. Technically, they didn't have to sell their switch. They could have just made an in-house switch. But it's cool, you can buy them and put on any other pads you want. Whereas here, I need to reach out to them, let them know, hey, we want to buy your switches separate to put on other pads. You did a great job. So here's what could be happening. I wonder if they only bought like 1,000. We'll say this is like using round numbers. They bought 1,000 and it cost them $5,000. We'll say, but if they bought 100,000, it'll cost them, you know, $500. You know, whatever. So maybe they didn't buy enough. They just don't. They're not really sure yet. I don't really know. I'm like going top of my head, but you get it's all business, right? But yeah. And again, shout out to Code. I really appreciate it, Code. You're on it. It took me a while to read the chat, but I really appreciate it, Code. Yeah, I should have got that out of there a long time ago. 6 shallows 9. Nice. Yeah, X version a little bit more. Yeah. Yes, for the 8-bit dough. Yes. Yeah. And the Xbox version. Yeah. And it comes to audio for the Xbox, all that stuff. Yep. And I'm thinking about putting a picture on my 8-bit dough. I'm gonna put this Donkey Kong picture, I think. Cannibal Shadow. Shout out to Cannibal Shadow. Happy Sunday. The name is wild. Yeah, I thought the same thing. Yeah. What can you do, right? Now, did it get removed from this chat? I can't tell. I'll make a point to look at the chat more. What is your opinion on the Luke switches on the HJK Leverless compared to Shadow Hunting switches? So far, the Shadow, and I'm using this because I have Shadow Hunting in here because it's metal. The Shadow Hunting feel really, they're in my top switches because I tried Shadow on acrylic, plastic, and metal at this point, and I've been happy with Shadow Huntings everywhere. The Lukes, I've only had like maybe 2 hours with it, so I don't want to, because I made the mistake with the ice cream, the Kailh ice cream switches. I'm still feeling those out. I like them on one thing, but I'm still feeling those out, so I don't want to like give too much yet. Because the switches I named off earlier were kind of like, I say my top 10, but they're in that list. I've had those switches for months, so I know I can rate those to any pad. Those switches I named off in any order, they're gonna feel good on anything. The Lukes, I just haven't had enough time yet to play it on metal, to play it on acrylic, so I need to watch what I say about that one. But so far on that particular pad, the way it ships, it feels really nice, really nice. I can say that much. And they're not as loud as Shadow Hunting, but I can't tell that's the pad and the keycaps or if that's the actual switch. You know what I'm saying, Coach? So we'll see. Luke switches similar to in specs to the Shadow Hunting. Yeah, they feel very similar. Very similar. The Lukes felt super snappy, but I'm trying to see if the Lukes feel as short travel, like with these, right? With the Shadow Hunting, like when you press, see if people can see that. Like as soon as I press, boom, I hit the bottom. That's bottom right there. Like it bottoms out really fast and it bounces back up really quick, right? So you're kind of just doing like that. This has Kailh Sacred Falcons in it, right? And again, when you push, boom, already bottomed out, but they bottom out really fast, right? So when you're playing, they bottom out quick. Like this is a wind engine. You might not be able to see it, but the travel is a little bit further on the wind engine. Like see how it goes like almost flat with the case, right? So and again, it plays great. Like it's just a different feel for those that don't know what we're talking about. And for certain games, especially like Tekken in particular, I like the short travel. I mean, I play on everything. We all see me do it, but I'm becoming a fan of short travel. But there are pads like for example, the 8-bit dough. I could have put short travel there. I didn't like the Shadow Hunting on there. This is the Brooks. I didn't like the Shadow Hunting on the Brooks. I just wasn't really a fan of how they felt on those two pads. So, yeah. You know, every pad feels different because they're all different materials, different build-ups, all that stuff. So while we're doing that, let me do this real quick. So the Brave games, what is this? At midnight? Interesting. Okay. I just noticed that. I was like, why are there cats on my, y'all can't see. Why are there cats on my screen here? So starting out, right? We have the 8-bit dough Leverless. Again, if you're looking at this pad, why is it different prices? One is 71, one is 75, and the Xbox is 79. I would almost tell you get this one because it's more universal. But then you got to buy an adapter for Xbox and PlayStation. So it's kind of, you know, do what feels right to you. But if you're looking for this pad, this is definitely on sale. So scoop that up. It's for Black Friday. Why is it 99 here? Anyway, for Black Friday and for Cyber Monday. Where's my Discord at? Let's go down. So who else? That's 8-Bit Dough. Let's see what ASI. The ASI, I think we checked ASI before. They were sold out. Short child switches never feel good in Street Fighter. They were fun on Street Fighter for me. They were okay. They were okay. I don't play a ton of Street Fighter. It's the only thing. I really don't. And I've been telling myself I need to because I'm not even gonna say what I want to do. But I got a plan for Street Fighter. There's something I want to do, and I really want to see if it comes to light. But when I sit down and play lately, I've been playing, you know, strictly Tekken. Oh, this okay. So they're sold out. That's good. At least so. I would not be surprised with the ASI. They're probably going through, everyone else is going through the tariffs, you know, all that stuff. But their prices are what they are. It's acrylic. I like this better. So if you order one of these, just make sure you get 1 or 2 of these extra boards, and that way your USB-C port's going to last. Like you'll have like backups and all that stuff's really nice. You'll be really happy. And the switches come with this feel really nice. I should put the Raptors on here too. I like those Raptors you guys recommended. What's the next letter? So that's 8. ASI Brooks. What does Brooks have going on? Cannibal Shadow. I bought my first Leverless using your guides. Nice. What'd you get? And now I own 3 so far. Welcome to the club, brother. Come on in. The water's fine. I'm telling you. Once you in what I wonder what you got, because you probably told me, but again, my memory is like whatever. My kids are still in my youth, but I'm curious the different pads you got, because at this point now you have 3. You're probably noticing already the spacing is different, the keycap size is different, all the different the switches, like all, now you're starting to dial into like, okay, I feel this is different, that's different, I like this, I don't like that, I like that, I don't like, you know what I mean? You're locking in. So this is really, I'm really curious what's your preferred pad so far, Cannibal Shadow, and what you like. So that's cool. 6 Shadow 9. Yeah, though I play. Oh, Fatal Fury. Oh, nice. That's nice. And how many? I don't. You know what? I've been looking at Fatal Fury. I've never played it before, but I'm so curious. And my point is, I don't know if it's 8 or 6 or 8 buttons or 4 buttons, whatever. How much is Starburst at Brooks? It's loading the Brooks right now. Buy now. Amazon. Where's the American Amazon? So 200. Okay, 200 is a good deal. I like this for 200. This was like 350 on release, which is insane. 200 is good. It comes with the strap, the controller. The switches are white range switches. Those were nice. Yeah. And you know, it's fun. This feels a lot like a Mavericade when you're using this controller. And I don't know why there are these weird like AI switches in here. These are not the real switches. But I think for 200, let's see how it is on Amazon. Because on mine, I have... the Brooks Leverless. Is it Brooks with an S? Oh, Starburst. There it is, Brooks Starburst, found it. Oh, it's sold out. It was on Amazon too, at 200, which is really good. So I guess whoever was selling them here, it was Brooks. They sold out. So 200 is not bad. I think 200 is a good deal for that pad. And it plays on every, it has a, the Brooks board. So it plays on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, Nintendo. It plays on everything out the box. So that's really good. Okay, so that's Brooks. Let me check chat here. You bought the R16. Oh, nice. So you have the R16 and Ultra Gen 2. Same. They're like the same. And the Sapphire. Oh, that's a, okay. So wait a minute. R16 and Ultra Gen 2. The Ultra Gen 2 and the R16 have the same spacing. What I like what you did there was they went the left pinky, but one has rings and one does not. The Gen 2 does not have rings and one has rings. I'm curious what you're preferring, because I started without rings. So if you put, pick one, you're going to die, something's going to crazy happen, I would get no rings. Just that's why the way I play. But I like the rings pads too. Like I have no preference, but you know what I'm saying? In the Sapphire, is the Sapphire slightly tighter. The Sapphire should be the same spacing as the Gen 2. It should feel like the Gen 2. Only thing is, I'm curious if you felt this, Cannibal Shadow, if the buttons can feel flat on the Sapphire. I felt it. Someone else I talked to felt it. But once you change those switches out, the Gion Works Raptor 2 Extreme 2s, those are extremes. Those are really good switches, and I like the Kailh Speed Silvers as well. But the Gion Works, I just put those in last week, and they feel really fat, nice and smooth. But it'll make the feel not as, I'm gonna say hollow or flat, but you're gonna notice it. I don't know how to explain it, but you'll know what I'm talking about when you change them. Code, you should check out the Kailh Box Shaker switches. Kailh's Box Shakers. Have I seen this before? Yes. Yes. These are 12 or 8. Okay, well, I don't know the price of MX. I haven't bought MX switches in a long time. Look at that. If these feel like the Hot 42 ice creams, they look, again, I'm colorblind, but the color looks similar to me to the Hot 42 X series switches. And those switches on, well, with light keycaps and everything else, they feel really nice. Kailh Shaker short trout. Oh, these are ultra short. Wait a minute. Huh. Oh, because they're boxed. They're the same thing, just boxed. Oh, that's cool. I should probably get some of these in to try these on the Sapphire and try these on whatchamacallit. I wonder how these would feel in the X series, or is that, but I think the height is the same. I wish the height was a little bit shorter because I could put these on the ASI to the LVL. Let's see here. Camel Shadow, I love them Ultra 2. Yeah, them Ultra 2, and those that don't know what we're talking about, grab it and show you. You know, when we get to Hot 42, I'll talk about these. I'll put these here for like a second, but here's the Gen 1, here's the Gen 2. The Gen 1 is slightly tighter spacing because there's no rings around each keycap. The Gen 2 has rings around each keycap, so that, can y'all see that? Where's my, I can't see. Yes, okay, good, you can see, it has the bigger screen on the Gen 2, but if you're coming from the R, this should feel right at home. It's just flat instead of with rings, and this is really bad. Want to say it comes with shadow hunting switches out the box, so yep, nice and snappy and fast. Yeah, and again, there's a lot of people that don't like short travel, so I'm saying I like them. Don't go off what I say, right? This is just what my hands prefer, what my hands like for Tekken, because I'm always moving around in Tekken. Like, I move a lot, so that's just me. But yeah. Oh, I dropped it. The R16 feels a bit cramped now. Really interesting. So, to kind of give you a... So here's an R16 top. Here's the Ultra Gen 2. They're the same. It's funny, right? So it's kind of like, it's like when you play different things, your mind kind of plays tricks on you a little bit. The R is actually ever so slightly wider on these two only, but the rest is almost spot on to the R. Biggest difference is you're not playing with rings, you're playing flat now. So that's interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. And I felt that on different pads too, where you're like, well, this pad feels like this, now it feels like that. And then, oh, snap! Oh, my stand broke. Whoops! I gotta put another one. Cracked. My filament's probably old. I had that filament. I should be putting it in a case. I always had the filament out, so it's probably all like moisturized and like brittle and everything else. Where's that? I started with the rings because I was coming from the arcade. Yep, and that's where a lot of people, if you're coming from the arcade, you might like a Guilekeys and like a Duelpad or a Hot 42 R16 because those rings will make you feel at home. But then once you go to flat style, I'm curious. So I started with rings because I was coming from arcade stick, so thought I might prefer rings. Turns out I don't want to Leverless. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. And again, there's nothing wrong with ring pads. Like everyone uses them. There's people. There's plenty of people use them. They love them. There's nothing wrong with it. Your hands are like mine. I prefer the flat. Why? I don't know. And again, when you're new to Leverless, everything feels weird, right? But once you lock in after a couple months, you're like, you just grab it, it's like, you just start, going to town, is like, that stuff. But it is funny that you're kind of where I am. The box Saker switches have 2 million travel compare. Oh, nice. Oh, here's what I meant, code. You know how on the X series the switches stick about 4 quarters off the base, maybe far. It's like 4.5 quarters off the base. I was wondering with those Kailh Saker minis, I know it's shorter travel, if they sit a little lower, because with the I don't have any regular switches with. Oh, here we go. What's in this pad? This is Saker minis. This is Surfers. Okay, here's Surfers. Here, you guys really can't tell. Here's some quarters. 2, 3. Let me put this down. So 4. Okay, so this is roughly 2, 3, 4. And also I have O-rings too, so I'll say 4. Without the O-rings, it's about 4. So these sit roughly 4 quarters off the base natural, right before I touch them. Is that a pause? That might be a pause. And then here, same thing, just with short travel switches. It's ever so slightly shorter. The switch itself, the stem is slightly shorter on the Kailh Saker Falcons. Like barely in height. They're such the same. So I'll take back what I was going to say. I was going to say something, but I'm going to let that go. I was wondering because on the ASI LVL, I like that pad, but I want the switch. I want the box itself to be lower. And same with the Hoffer 2 X series. I use that thing all the time, but I wouldn't mind if the box was lower to make it feel like low. You know what I mean? Like low profile. But I think the Guilekeys Raptors might be the only thing that's kind of is that low, because they don't even. I'm sorry, the Adamu GTMXs, those are actually super low, but there's not a lot of options for those, right? So yeah. I look more. I like that code. That was a good call. Yeah, for me, I prefer short travel. Yep, and no rings. There you go. Shout out to Merlin. I love my C16S, but I prefer all metal on my Gen 2. Facts. Yeah, the Gen 2, and yeah, I'm in Texas. I'm in the States. I'm in the South. It's cold today. It's like in the 50s, so it's freezing for us. But I love, and I guess my body runs hot, so I love feeling cold metal when I'm playing a game, especially when I'm getting my butt kicked. Just just relax on some cold metal. It's nice zen cold metal. I can wipe away the tears nice and smooth. I got my butt kicked. Stupid Yoshi player. Cannibal Shadow said, yeah, I hear that. I was trying to keep the experience of learning Leverless close to what my hands were already used to. Yep. So I want to now, Cannibal, I'm gonna go into the next brand, but as I'm like moving on, I'm gonna read your comment in a minute. What is your, okay, I can't read. I can't talk. I'll get some water. Get water. I have to drink water because I've been getting headaches. Okay. So my question for you now is, we've determined that you prefer no rings, step 1, but you got 3 pads. So the Sapphire and the I also trade thought the Gen 2 and Ultra Gen 2. What are your hands preferring? And again, anyone doesn't know what we're talking about. We are talking more about a Kailh switch compared to an MX switch, and also I don't even know if he changed the switches yet, so that's kind of like it's a little bit of a caveat to it. But again, there is no best. I'm asking what his hands prefer to clarify for everybody. Okay, so while he's typing that in, I'm gonna go to where's my Discord at? Which brand are we at next? So we went down. We are in the letter D. We're on DOIO. Okay, what's DOIO going on? So here's the thing about DOIO. Anyone looking at a DOIO pad, these are all metal top and bottom, really nice pads too, like really good build quality. They have compacts, they have joysticks, they have like you could find DOIO, to be completely honest, they were after Mavericade made that particular layout first, but DOIO is in the low profile. Stop. stop. DOIO was one of the first to do like these split pills and all these different things. I mean like, again, Maverick did it first, but as far as like GP2040, I'll put it that way. Now here's the catch. Here's the price. Here's all the 50 color. I mean, all these are metal, nice and cold. Like you can get these however you want, but there's a huge but to this. So I'm just showing you what they do. Like you'll find, you like something, you'll find it. What is this? Oh, it's a gaming thing. Okay, that's magnetic too. DOIO is definitely going to have the magnetic pads out first because they already have one. But I mean, like more varieties. I'm trying to say. Hitbox. Look, what do you know? This looks very similar to the CS. This looks very similar to. I mean, the Maverick was first, so they kind of took the Maverick design and made it like this. Looks like Tikitaka M5. All those things, right? DOIO kind of did in metal. But do not order from DOIO's website. The shipping will take months. They will take months. Go to AliExpress. Whatever model you like on DOIO's website, come here and look for it on AliExpress first. And then order it from these guys, like these little sleeves, like all these accessories, all the things that DOIO sells. My advice is don't buy it from their website because there's nothing, their site is fine. You're not getting scammed. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is it feels almost like a distributor where I want to order 1,000 of these. No problem. We'll have those ready for you in 2 months. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Whereas you're an individual, independent buyer, so you're buying for yourself. You're gonna be, and you gotta pay a tip. You're just waiting. So just come to AliExpress. You know these are in stock because someone did the work for you, and now they're reselling to you. So I'm trying to say, right? But DOIO, yeah. As far as sales, you just need to go through and find the model you like, and then come on AliExpress and find the coupons, and then you're set. So I'm gonna kind of breeze over DOIO, but that's the point I was trying to make. Is that's kind of how they work. My advice is don't buy direct, just kind of, unless you understand that it's going to take a while to get to you, and that's part of the process, and you're happy. You're gonna be happy when it shows up, but that's part of the process. I'm here. I actually prefer the M Ultragen to Added Feeling. They're all running stock switch. So you have the shadow hunting stock, low profile. Okay, I like that the Sapphire can go. This actually, what's funny is the Sapphire's on the shelf, but the Sapphire, because you can dial the switches the way you want, they actually go shorter than the shadow hunting. The only catch is the stock switches and the way their keycaps are made. They're like really thick, like a thicker plastic, and they're more heavier. It's just a different feel. They could feel a little. They could just feel a little flat. I don't know the word for it that I'm trying to describe, but when I talked to other folks about it, they had the same feeling. So I lost my train of thought again. But once you change that, since I put the Kailh Speed Silvers, I now put the Guilekeys Raptors Extremes, boom, it felt way better. The Sapphire plays really smooth and snappy and all that good stuff. But I like how low they can get, so that's pretty cool. Look for recommendations on switches. Okay, I got for the Quambas. Okay, perfect. I don't dislike them, but I have no idea what to change. Yes. Exactly. I knew you were going to say that because we felt the same way. Here's what you want. Okay, wait. Let me do this. So, oops. Here is a switch here, right? The Guilekeys Raptor MX Extremes. These are really good. This is what I'm trying to think. Where's my link? Because I have a link to the one that I have. I don't know if it's the exact same one or not. Where's Quamba? Replacement switches right here. Oh, these aren't the Raptors. I think those are the Kailhs. So I use these. These will feel like what you have in there now as far as height is concerned, but these will feel a lot snappier and a lot smoother, in my opinion. And also with shout to Orville and Code and Sin, they've all definitely raved about it. It took me forever to install them, but they were spot on. They're really good switches. Kailh. They're on Amazon. The Kailh Speed Silver is what I first put in there. It's not these. It's not. They're silver and black. They actually ASI LVL sells because they came from the ASI LVL. Because their switches felt really good in the ASI LVL. They were just tall. And my hands did not prefer the tall feel, but the switches were fantastic. Where's it? I was on ASI's website. Where'd it go? Where did they go? Right here, these. These are Kailh speed silvers. These feel a lot better than, because you're running right now, it comes with cherry speed silvers. These Kailh speed silvers are better. These Automus are, they're nice because they're shorter. Like they're gonna feel like a Kailh low profile as far as height. See how like the picture here? Let me see if I can see that better. Open image, a new tab. See how short that box is compared to the other box? Like they're gonna feel and height like a Kailh. The only difference is they're not as snappy. So I wish like Kailh or somebody would make more of this style switch. These like half height boxes. That way they'll have like better springs and better snappiness, or like Works would make these. I want these, the MX people, to make more of this type. The short ones. So wait, Duelpad. What does Duelpad have going on? So Duelpad's on AliExpress. So you'll find there's the Zen Pro Metal. They're all on big time sales. You're getting them for like 75 bucks. That's a really good deal. You're getting the acrylic for 40 bucks. Yeah, Duelpad's killing it right now for their Cyber Monday Black Friday sales. Wow, that's really good. And they have other pads too. Where's their store? Go to Duelpad store. Keycaps, this is where I was getting. It's kind of crazy. Before the tariffs, I was getting these keycaps for $3 a pack. There's like 20 keycaps, 18 keycaps for $3, and just individual colors. But still, that's why I have so many. This was last year, but now with the tariffs and everything, they're $5, which is still a reason. That's actually really reasonable, $5. You're getting 18 of them. Goes like you close some of your tabs. Code. I will be closing the tabs for sure. Code. For sure, I'll be closing those tabs. Probably when I get up here, I'm gonna close like a bunch out, because I'm a tab hoarder. Y'all can't even see the end. There's so many of them. If you had to pick, look for placement switches. If you had to pick one, I would say get the Works. If you look for a switch for your Quamba Sapphire. Where'd it go? I'm sorry, I know I'm giving everybody I'm flashing too much. I apologize. Right here, these. I would say to get the Raptor Extremes first. Get these. And then also, let me show you something. Now, I doubt you did this. I doubt you read your book. I doubt you read the book that came with your controller. I highly doubt it. But I did, because I wanted to like know how this thing works. So as I'm going through the book, and the book is short too, but as I'm going through the book, right, they show you this, and here's the Raptor Extremes, and here's what the other thing. I gotta get I'll get the link. Hold on, I'll give you the link to one I bought. Hold on. So I got them from Amazon. Wrong mouse. 2 seconds here. Where's my keyboard? I must have got them AliExpress. Why does AliExpress always open these stupid banners? Like, whose good idea was this? Where did I order them from? I got them from... Where did I order these switches from? I do not know where I got these switches from. I know I got them from Amazon. Did I spell that wrong? Is it Raptor? Or Raptor? Whoops. Found it. No, wait. I don't know where I got these switches from. I have a bunch of them too. I think I have a 100 pack. Or 70 pack, I guess. That's so weird. Okay, well, they're not in my history, but the point I'm making is this. The ones that I have in particular, they have the light thing on here. And again, I don't know if that's unique to these Raptor Extremes. I don't know. That's weird, huh? But here's the thing I want to show you really fast, really fast. You know what comes with all this stuff inside, right? But in case you didn't read the book, changing your switches is super easy. So you want everything, it's upside down, okay? So this is the bottom, this is the top. You want to go from the right-hand side, right? So right, just stick this in here and just wedge it. It comes right out. Your switches, stick this in and just wedge it. And it's gonna like blow your brain that this works. You're gonna think you're breaking your controller, but it comes, use the flathead side and it comes right out. Just like you're gonna stick it in. Oh, you can't see. I'm sorry. Let me do it again. Right. Where's the switch goes upside down, right there. All right, look. Okay. Now you can see. Can y'all see what I'm doing? Okay, now you can see. You can see. Okay, good. So look, you have your tool, right? Grab the flathead side. Okay. You're gonna stick it in the right. Again, it's upside down, so it looks like left to you, but it's really my right. Okay, flip it over. Just wedge it, and it comes right out. Easy. The switches, same thing. You lean against the case, and you just snap it back, like bend it on, like just bend. You're gonna hear it crack the first time, and it comes right out every time. Every time. Put it right back in. Now, when you put the pins back in, because there's foam and there's rubber gasket going around everything, you know, take your time, line everything up, like wiggle it in place, line it up, push down, done. Put the left side in first, and then use your tool to like kind of like pop the little thing down there. Boom. Boom. And if it gets jammed, just you know, use your finger, because it's a dial, right? Just, and once you get this flat, then you can dial it the way you want it. And I know you already saw that there's arrows, right? So left is short. Straight up and down is medium, and then high height is to the right. And you can use your fingers. You just push down. You can push and twist it, but that's what this is for. Again, you already know this, but yeah. Use the plunger, put it in low height, and you'll figure it out. But yeah, the Guilekeys works. They're really nice. They're really nice. So far, they're really nice. I had those in all my directionals and everything else. Yep. Yep, shout out to the Sapphire. Okay, let me, I can't see the chat. That's so weird. I can't find the Guilekeys works. That's so weird. I mean, now I'm getting anxiety with tabs. I gotta close some of these tabs. I'm looking for them now. That is so weird. I can see, maybe I thought I got them that way. Did I spell Raptor and AliExpress wrong? Hold on. I probably spelled it wrong. Because I'm doing things in a hurry. There's my order history. Raptor. R-A-P-T-O-R. No, they're not there either. Oh, hello, spell it right, please. I got them on AliExpress. Here's where I got them. Right here, hold on. Get the link. Copy. Where is... Right here. Boom, those are the ones that I got. I put an E instead of an O on the Raptor. Okay, I'm like moving everything around here on like bumping the whole desk around. Okay, so you've got that. Kailh Spirit Snakes. Let me look at the Kailh Spirit Snakes. Let me pull this up right now. So what do those look like? Spirit Snakes. I can't spell. Are they... There's the golden snake. Oh my god. So they have them on Instagram, everywhere else on their... They don't have them on their website. That's so weird. Because we're talking about these. And these are ultra shorts also. I definitely want to try these. I do. But yeah, I see what you mean, Orville. It's like, take my money. Take my money. Wait, are they this? And I can't tell if they're the same heights as the Automoves. Because I can't tell. The box looks standard height box. I can't tell. And I miss Cannibal Shadow. If you said the Emultrogen 2 or the Quampa Sapphire, I miss which one you said you preferred. You probably said I'm like probably doing too much. I probably forgot. Let me see here. Yeah, this one should be set. The same ones I just looked at. Perfect. Yep, you're good. Yep, honestly, thank you. I appreciate it. It's really shout out to all of you. I learned from you guys. Like shout out to Orville and Sin and Code, Wolf, like all of you guys. Log, Merlin, shout out to King Merlin. Like all of you guys really keep me in the loop also. So it's a collective. And again, the goal really is to help everyone, you know, get into the space and feel comfortable with their pad, knowing you can do it the way you want to do it. Yes, sir. Do it the way you want. Y'all can't hear my yes, sirs. The volume's too low. All the giggity. Y'all can't hear none of the jokes. We did Duelpad. Did we finish Duelpad? Duelpad. I did. Okay, so Duelpads. The A16 is actually, if you like a T, well, you want tighter spacing. The A16 is just a T with tighter spacing. And so it's a really good pad too. But don't get this one. Don't get the EPIG. Get the Cross Edition with the Kailh V2, the plus sign switches. Do not buy Vampire Teeth controllers, in my opinion. The keycaps always break, and the metal keycaps are super heavy, so the switches feel sluggish. Like, I don't deal with V1s much anymore. I'm almost, as far as leverless controllers. For keyboards, who cares? But for leverless, you know, you're moving around so much that they always break. But the Zen, if you like tight spacing, all that stuff, yeah, the Zen and Zen Pro are on sale. This is a different vendor because they were 109, a different vendor. So, yeah, and AliExpress is kind of weird. When you come to AliExpress, once you get the name of the product, search by name, and that way you get all the vendors selling it because the prices are not. See how this one's 117, this is 135, you know. So, but I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. It's really weird how that works on AliExpress. Every brand's the same. They all have these like weird double, triple sales people. Like right here it's $90, but here it's 117. Here's 135. Here's 97. Like, you know, once you get the name of the product, just search AliExpress. You'll find it cheaper and coupons, and you know, do your thing. If Spirit Snakes can just come in stock with HE low profiles, we went to the beaches of Greenfield online. Raptor, yeah, the Raptor streams are nice. Yeah, shout out to you guys for telling me about that. Was really good. Mel E, have you got a chance to ever try deep sea pinks yet? I have. I have these. I had the and again, I'm colorblind, so if this is pink, you let me know. But I have, okay, here's the Islet pinks. Silent minis. This is a different vendor. That's why I was like, what is this? So I have, they are pink. Wait, no, this is white. So my switches are linear. I'll put it that way. So here is Deep Sea Silent. Which one is this one? Where's the name at? 43. Okay, so I don't have these. The Islet. I don't have these ones. These are the whales. I don't use the whales because I don't really like. This is a 45, but it says linear. I thought the whales were clicky or tactile. I thought. This is the brown. The brown is tactile. Okay, there you go. So the brown is tactile 45s. I don't have those. These are the whites. I think I have these. The Islet linears. With the 2.0 and a 1.3. Okay. And these are... Can't see what this is. It says pink, but... Wait, are these silent? Hold the phone. That one. See, this is these different vendors at AliExpress are real weird too. Because trying to see the details is hard, AliExpress. Okay, so here's how I did mine. Here's the whales and here's the Islets. I have the Islets. And they are silent, yes. But I don't, this is so ridiculous. These are 45, 43, yeah, mine are 43s. I have this one, so I don't know what color this is, but I have this one. Yeah, I should grab it out the box because I'm not sure. I've heard the pinks, but I always forget what the pink does. But these are some of the ones that I have, if that makes any sense. But so to kind of like, it's kind of lock in on silence. Right now, what I've tested so far, out the way. Okay, so say, give me 2 seconds here. So the deep sea islets are fantastic silent switches. Which color? I'll here. You know what I'll do? I'll do this. I'll post links to the ones that I bought, and then you can tell me what color they are because I don't know. Please get out the way, AliExpress, with all your pop-ups. Like, please just let me be free. I'm getting it from my other laptop. Give me a second here. Deep sea. Right here, boom. Silent linears. Here is what I bought. And again, bear with me because I'm colorblind. I assumed they were white, but I don't know. Never dropped a one. What's the link with the deep sea pink MXs and low profiles are beautiful. Nice. Been a big change, to be honest. Only been using Leverless for like 2 months. Yeah. Use Arcade6 for like 25 years. Really enjoy it. And that's the thing. Cannibal Shadow. Coming to Leverless. We've had, with the holidays going on, it's going to slow down my process. But here's a video I'm working on right now that I've talked about over the past year. But it's going to be super simple. And the thought is this. Here's how you start with Leverless. Don't play the game. Just go on the couch and just do back, down, back, back, down, back. Do that like 50 times because your brains keep telling you this is down, this is up. No, this is up, this is down. You gotta like break your hands to like do it, and then go forward, down, forward, down, forward. So just while you're watching the show, you don't care, but you can just watch anything you want, right? You just kind of sit on the couch, slow. The slower you go, the faster you learn, right? And then jump back, jump back, back. Jump back, forward, jump. You do it like back this 20 times, this 20 times, right? And then you come to your game and say high punch, high kick, low kick, whatever you want to do. The whole point is hold back, block low, block regular, block low, block regular, and like train and go to player 2 side. Train your hands to get used to that. It's for new people, right? And then back, jump back, forward, jump forward. You know, you're just doing this over and over, doing it over and over. And what's going to happen is the buttons over here are easy. Your hands will give this to you, but this part is where your mind's like breaking for most people, myself mostly, right? I'm sure everyone feels the same. And then once you do that, when it comes to like Tekken, for example, your combos, if it's like a forward 3, down forward 4, you know, so boom boom, like he's like 4, was it 4-3, down forward 4, and he flips in the air, then it's back 3, down forward 2, you know, all this stuff, right? But just go slow. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Now player 2 side. Forward 3, down forward 4, forward 3, down forward 4. So just sit on the couch and just kind of do this motion. See, I messed up, but like, you know, just break your hands in, and then that way when you come back to the game, you'll start noticing like things are just happening. And a lot of times, sometimes I'll be talking to I'll be reading the chat and just like doing stuff by like muscle memory, and that's when you start like, oh, I have arrived. I have reached God level. Or the Kailh Spirit Snakes, yeah, come in stock. That's going to be fire. Facts. I'm being too pressing the buttons. 6 shell is not. I have both, all blue. If you fellas find the Spirit Snakes, send me the. Yeah, we're trying to figure that out. Cam show. I'm an onk. Melly, those are white and brown. Okay, good. But the pink, I can't really figure out what's up with these pinks though. Because this says pink in the name. I know this. Do you know what I think it is? It's the Force. I think these are 37s. These are 35s. Okay, so here's what I'm trying to tell you. If you want a soft switch, excuse me, with a softer Force, you'll want the 35s. If you want, like where's the other ones? Right here. If you just want a silent switch, I have the 45s. That's what, see, the Force is 35. 1.3, 2.8, 1.3, yeah, everything's the same. Oh wait, no, that's something else. Please stop. There we go. 1.3, 2.8, 1.32. Yeah, so everything is the same. It's really asking, you know, what force do you want your linear, I don't use tactile, I use linear. Do you want your silent switch to be? So with that said, I don't know how snappy the spring is on the 43s because I have the 45s, right? But here's the, excuse me, on the 35s, I don't have these. I have the 43s, but I also have these. LoFree, right? So LoFree sells these new switches. They just came out in the summertime, so I'm still getting used to them. There is the Void and the Hades. I have the Specters and I also have the Surfers. And I have the Ghosts, the LoFree Ghosts, like right here. The Ghosts are fantastic. They've always been fantastic. The Voids, so far as feel, the Voids feel a lot like the Deep Sea Islets. Difference is these are 40 instead of a 43, right? But they feel very, very similar. And these also have like it's like an interesting ting. I can't figure out what it is yet, but it's real silent. But anyway, so far I put them on different pads, and actually they're on this pad right here, and they are quiet. I would put them to the mic, but you're probably not going to hear. It's going to filter it all out. It's so quiet, right? The Hades. The Hades are a 40, but I don't want to beat up on them. But the Hades so far, I prefer the Voids more than the Hades. Why? I don't know. But the Hades, they don't snap back as fast for me yet. Like, I don't want to, like, you know, so... If someone's asking, what I would tell them is, you know, get the Deep Sea Islets. I have the whites. Now it's good to know. I know what color I have. I have the white ones. That's pink. I have the white ones. Right. And then the Voids, either one of those are gonna be fine. The Hades, not yet. The Specters, these are fantastic. These feel a lot like a wind engine. These feel really smooth. They're like a 40 force. They feel a lot. I have these in my 8-bit dough. I had them in an S. I had them in a V, and I had them in a U. I had them in something else too. I forgot. I think it's a T. It's in the T. It's in the T. Yeah, so metal, plastic, acrylic. It's going through all of them. And I won matches with these, so I like those. And these Surfers, I thought I liked these out the box. Like I was tapping. I was like, oh, I like that. Like just one switch is tapping. It felt good. Because, you know, you'll put, I have a pad with all of them in there. I'm just like, oh, these Surfers, they're a little loud, but they feel really good. I put them in one of my pads and I played one match. And we'll see where these go, because I'm not sure yet. And the Ghosts, I mean, the Ghosts are fantastic. They're quiet, they're smooth, they're not silent, but they're quiet. They're just, when you put O-rings on them, they're super quiet. They're just tried and true. The Ghosts, you can't go wrong with Ghost switches. So yeah, Ghosts, Void, and Specter so far I'm having a really good time with. And the Deep Sea Islet white, I think you said this is white, so the white ones I have, these are, you can't go wrong with those either. Yeah, I hated the up and down thing first. I played Street Fighter 6. I had to think about how I was going. Yes, you want to sit on the couch and just like break your hands, like, you know, force them to do down, like back down, forward down, back jump, forward jump, you know, all that stuff. And then your hands, I still mess up every now and then. Where I mess up nowadays is I want a back forward thing, his little whip kick, back four, and I'll accidentally press down back four, and that makes him do a low sweep that's super punishable. And I'm like, oh my god, now I'm flying through the air because I pressed, especially with the short travel. If you just barely, if you like faintly push your finger, it activates. So I have to be real careful with the short travel switches. But yeah. Yeah, my right hand was comfy. Yep, because your hands are used to that. So spend more time forcing your left hand to find player one side, player two side, and then you're gonna notice when you just slowly do your combos, like the first step over and over and over, first, second step over and over and over, first, third step, and next thing you know, your combo's gonna be so consistent. You're gonna be like, oh, I've dropped the combo, and you don't even get mad anymore. You're like, oh, that was me. I meant to press this, and I pressed this. Like you instantly know. Whereas with a joystick, you're like, oh, did I hit the angle? Like, oh, did I swiggle right? Or even with the D-pad, right? Because I play the D-pad a lot. Did I did with lay? There's times where I'm doing like this. I'm just mashing all of them. With Leverless, you lock in. Yeah, the right hand was comfy. Yep. Now, trying to find a 35, 37 force with a 1 point silent. Okay, got you. Trying the black kites, but they are 40 force. Yeah, those Luke switches on the HJK would probably be exactly what you're looking for. Another one you're looking for is the Tikitaka Panda V1s. They're not silent, but they're really snappy. Again, I've only messed with them on plastic. Panda V1. I've only used them on plastic. Wait, what the heck? Are they gone? Oh no, Tikitaka get rid of the switches? They sell out? What about Panda V2? Did I spell that right? Tikitaka. Yeah, Tikitaka. What? Are they gone? Alright, where's the link to this? There's a link in the description of this video. You'll see like you'll see sliding section. You'll see the Tikitaka Panda switches. Did they sell out? Right here, boom, found them. So there's the Pigna. I don't know about these. The Kasumis are here too. So if you look for Kasumis, they're from Tikitaka. It's like their switch. The Panda V2s, these are okay. There's nothing wrong with them. They're not as snappy as the Sakers, as the Lukes, or as the Shadow Hunting. But they're good. They feel like a joystick, like an arcade button. They have like a feel like a short travel arcade button. These guys. These are the Panda V1s. Where's the force on these? These are they're 30. But the spring in here, you would never guess. The spring here is super snappy. But again, I have only tested those on a plastic pad. I've not tried on acrylics or metal yet, so I can't confirm, but I have them here. I have them in this controller. And I have, is there O-rings on these? Yes, I'm using an O-ring around my, you see that little black ring right there? If you get O-rings too, get the whites, don't buy blacks. The whites are clear, but I had both colors, so anyway, and blah, blah, blah. But get the whites. Here's the Tikitaka Panda V1s. These, to my eyes, they're black and white because they're Panda, right? I would think. But the Tikitakas, please get on there. With the O-rings, they're snappy, like see how soft but like quick they are? They're super quick. I was shocked. I never, because the force was so low, I was like, I'm gonna hate these switches. And as soon as I put them on, I was like, wait a minute, these are actually kind of fast. But I need to put these on 2 more pads, like I said, metal and acrylic, to give a full round out answer of how they feel across the board. Here's what I mean. So I have an S right here, and this is running deep sea islets, right? So deep sea islets. So now I know how it feels in acrylic. I have an M light deep seas. This how it feels. This is so quiet. And with the O-rings, you don't hear anything. So I have that on metal, and then here is a plastic base, right? This is the U16 with the deep seas with O-rings. So now I know for all 3 how they feel. Because some switches do not feel good on some switches don't feel good on different materials. They just, for my hands, I just don't like them on certain materials. So where are we at? We did Duelpad. We are now at Fightbox Arcade. What's Fightbox going on? Give me 2 seconds here. Fightbox. They have a sale going right now because I saw an email for it. They have like 15% off, and I think I have a code. I think I have a Dr. Jones code on here as well. I think I should know this. I'm not very good at promoting my own codes. I gotta get better at that. I really do. I saw, but I don't know where it went. Pull the trigger on the Raptors. Probably about nice. Yeah, I think you'll like those, Cannibal. I think you're gonna like those. Compared to your stock switch, I think you're gonna like those. So, and Mel E, those switches, the Tikitaka Panda V1s, not those, the black and whites. These, like I said, not the Panda V2s, the Panda V1s, but these are not short travel. These are regular travel, but they're soft and snappy for what my impression so far. And Fightbox, they do have a sale going on because I saw it. But maybe it's on like their Twitter or something like that, but they definitely have, oh, it says a sale right there, boom, it's a sale right in front of me. There's another coupon you can add to this if you go to their Twitter page and all that stuff. So I can't find it because I'm going too fast. I just saw it the other day. Right there, right here, found it. Oops, I lied. I didn't find it. Anyway, I have it. I just don't want to waste everybody's time. So I'm getting close to 3 o'clock here. Okay, so what's the next brand? Fightbox, GameSir. I'm a big fan of GameSir. I have the G8 Plus, and I'm a big fan. So this is not Leverless, but if GameSir, I spelled that wrong. I have their G8 Plus. It goes to your phone and your tablet. They make really good controllers. This thing is fantastic. 60, but yeah, this is a really good deal. So, and what it does is the plug doesn't go into your phone. The phone and your tablet just wedge in. So if you're looking for something like this, I like this brand a lot. I have a lot of time with these things, and my kids that play with these, they have not broken. They work on the Switch and your phone and your tablets and all that other blah blah blahs. Yeah, shout out to GameSir. They do a really good job. And while we're looking at them, the other company that I've had a good experience with so far is Nixie. Nixie's killing it as far as their controllers. This one right here, especially this one. We had the stock Switch controller Joy-Con things. They don't even use them anymore. They use this. These Nixie Hyperion or Flexi Hyperion 2s. This is really good. And they have an adapter I saw on Instagram that lets this work on the Switch 2. Because once you put in the Switch 1, you just slide it in, it just works. So, yep, shout out to Nixie. Shout Amadeus Creveus Music 3356. Shout out to Amadeus Creveus 3356. Happy Sunday. Shout out to Norway. Hello from Norway. Can I put my yes sir? I need 2 volumes. I'm gonna try to play the music from now on through the website. That way my board can be nice and loud, because y'all can't hear my yes sirs. You can't hear the cheering. Y'all can't hear any of the effects. I like the effects. Shout out to Norway. What time is it in Norway? Hey Google, what time is it in Norway?
The time in Norway is 9:36 p.m.
Nice, 9:36. Okay. Get the rock, get to sleep. Wait, pause. Super pause. Shout out to me. What are you playing, Amadeus? I'm curious. Amadeus. I can't read. Amadeus Akrivas Music 3356. I wonder what you're playing on. Okay, so that's oh wait, the other one too is the Nixie Flexi. Because I have this one, and like I said, my kids have beat that thing up, and it works just fine. And this one, not that one. Why is it not clicking the right one? Where'd it go? 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 Where's the Flexi? The Flexi. I like the Flexi. Where's it at? Oh, maybe it's not on Amazon. There it goes, boom, right there. This guy too. So I've been using this for almost 6 months. Like on PC, I've used it on PlayStation to play Call of Duty every now and then. But when I play on PC or tablet, this thing is fantastic. And what's cool is the dial rotates. So you can put it Xbox or PlayStation style. If it's in PlayStation mode, it is a cramped feel. But just flip it, like who cares, right? Put it Xbox mode, and it's like a metal thing. This one's really cool. So those 2 brands are really good. And I met the GameStar team in person, really nice people. We did Guilekeys. Now we get to the motherload. I was trying to save them for last because they have 17 models, right? Okay, so we're gonna do it this way. I'm gonna go to AliExpress only because it's easier to find all the models. So here's Hot 42. Hopefully it's the same store. And again, official store, products, all products, hot pads. How do you say hello in like Norwegian? Is that what language they speak in Norway? It's definitely not Celtic. That's Irish. Forgot. I knew this too. I saw something that was like. Anyway, I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole. Okay, so what we got here? The Emulsion 2 for 106. That's a good deal. And with coupons. So let's try to go in order to make it fast. Okay, where's the B16? B16. B16 is not on this page. Where's the B? The B, the B, the B, the B, the B, the B. So here's the Emulsion 2. Here's the C16, the T, the U, the M Lite, the X Series modules. The modules are $25. That's a good deal for them X Series modules. Oh, they have the Gen. There's the Gen 1. Hold up. The Gen 1 might still be for sale. S Series, the M Series, the M Plus, one of my favorite controllers, the R Series, the Black T, the P Series, the Silver M, the R Black, the S, the G if you like, the V, the plates. And if you like reverse, those that need a reverse pad, the E is out here too. All right, so we got, whoa, the Amateur Gen 2 for $100 minus a $15 coupon. Dang, $85. Yeah, that's a must. That's a must buy. That's a really good deal. And they have the blue and the black. I wanted the blue so bad. I pressed the wrong button. And I've emailed and say, hey, can we do the blue instead? They're like, sorry, we already sent that. I was like, oh my God. The C16S. 64 again with the $10 coupons. That's $54. That's a good deal with the wind engine switches out the box. The T, love the T. I'm a big fan of the T pad. The T, like there's different versions, just all the things. What is this? That's an R. Why is it an R here with the T? Interesting. And those that are wanting the T16C to the regular T, the biggest difference is the menu row. They use different menu buttons. I know there's something probably under the hood that's different, but in use when you're playing, it's going to feel the same. And I think it comes with crystal switches instead of reds too, but you know, for the most part, it's the same. The U, everything's on sale. The U's on sale. There's a 12 and a 16U. The M Lite, if you like the S, but you want a compact S and all metal, you would get the M Lite. And it comes with 2 colors. That gold is really nice in person, the gold. That's $50 on sale too. All the modules are $20. Wow. Oh no, just the X. Oh, okay. Just the Joy-Cons and the Ys. But everything else is $40. They went out. It used to be like $35. But that's $6, right? $6 is nothing. So, and also you got to $5 coupon. So that's not bad. Same price. That's good. Wait, is that really a sale? Is that just they raise the price, then give a coupon, and bring the price back down? I gotta think about that one. But either way, it's on sale. You end up collecting these things. Welcome to the family, Cannibal. Welcome home, brother. The C is $10 off. $51 is really good. Oof, that's really good. That's cheaper than the Guilekeys. Wow, that's really good. This is the... Oh, wait, they do have the M Ultra Gen 1. Okay. And it's on sale. So now we can talk about what's in the shoe. I think I said it. If you're looking at the M Ultra Gen 1 and Gen 2, the Gen 1 and Gen 2 are exactly the same, except the buttons here are tighter. Same keycaps with just tighter spacing. And this one has the left pinky. And this one has the top right button. This one does not, the top right. Right. But that, and this is a bigger screen, like all the blah, blah, blahs. But that's the bigger meat of it is the, if you want tighter spacing, get the Gen 1. If you want slightly wide, I mean, ever so slightly wider, get the Gen 2. If you want the left pinky, get the Gen 2. And that's it. That's it. So if you're on the S, the Gen 1. If you're on the C, the Gen 2. Oh, wait, my headphones are dying. Whoops. Good. Now I can hear. What do you have here? The case is $12. So it's like $10. That's really good. $11 for the case is good. And the case is what you're expecting. So I would never put all this stuff on top of my controller. I don't like things mashing my buttons when I travel. I don't. So when I use the cases, to be completely honest, I don't put anything in the case. I put all the cords on the blah, blah, blahs in my backpack, and I just use the case alone. And I like a hard case because I don't want my switches mashed up, which, I mean, how is it going to happen? Probably not. I'm probably being weird, but let me be weird. I don't care. It's my controller. This is the S. The S is, look at it, S is $25. That's a steal. And that's where I have a hard time with the S, because this is the pad I tell people to start on, but I started telling people to get the C only because it's basically an S just with a full base. And that way you can play it on your lap. Like, you kind of get a little bit more versatility out of the C, but the S is just like tried and true. You cannot go wrong with the S. It's a really good like starter pad, not so starter, like anybody pad. The spacing is nice and tight for those that like that style, you know, all that stuff. Mel he says, I have 7 Leverless now and a million different switches since joining this channel. Welcome home, brother. Come on in, the water's fine.
Yes, sir.
People warn me of the rabbit hole that starts. So Mel, with that said, what is your favorite switch so far? I'm curious. And well, wait, how am I gonna say this? Are you ringed or no ringed so far? Question number 1. And then the pad you prefer so far is, you know, and that'll tell me the spacing. I can figure out where you're going from. Just, I prefer this pad, this brand pad, you know, Guilekeys GK-18, the Hoffer 2T. Like, I know what you're saying. So your pad you prefer, and it is game specific. Just anyway, and the switch you prefer, and rings or no rings. So 3 questions: rings, no rings, the pads you grab the most, and then the switches you tend to use the most. Yeah, all these sales jump. Just pull me in. Let's see what we have. This is the M. So those are like the M. What you're looking at, this is a T. The M is a T, and M plus. It's just compact. So I use this sometimes to travel with. This is like my travel controller every now and then. I would use take the M with me because it's a T layout for Tekken, but it's not as, I can't use it on my lap, it's too small, but I'll use like a Tupperware lid, or like I'll use something to kind of rest it on, but you know, whatever. This is the M Plus. God, I love the M Plus. $15 off, so that's $75. Yeah. What's 90 here? Oh, it's the buttons. 12 buttons or 16 buttons. Okay. So $5 more for the extra buttons. Yeah, who cares? Get the extra buttons. And if you're wondering, anybody, if you're like, should I get the 12 or 16? Just buy the 16. You could turn the buttons off. You could do whatever you need to do not to use them. But if you ever wanted to try them, now you can't, because you can't add them later. So just get the 16s and move on. You know, the R is on. Wait, the R is cheaper than the Guilekeys. It's $45. Oof, that's tough. And the black just means a black acrylic. The clear, you can do artwork on top and bottom. The P is 32. The P is the same price as the S. Okay, so with the P being the same price as the S, I would tell you not to buy the P. I would tell you get the S. And the only reason is the S could do artwork. The S and the P do everything the same for the most part. Like essentially the same, but the S has 13 buttons, 16 buttons, and could do artwork top and bottom. So you're kind of getting a little bit more for your money with the S, even though the P is lighter. Has one power port, the S has two, so it's like there's just certain creature comforts. I'll be like, just get the S over the P, in my opinion. There's the M Plus Silver. I have this one too. The M Plus Silver is cool. It feels like it's powdered. The painting feels, we'll see if it lasts. It's kind of whatever. I know, I'm not spamming. Thank you, AliExpress. I'm not a bot. There's the R. There's the S. The V. The V is the other one. Okay. Loading, thank you. So the V is fine, but I would probably tell you to get the T. So this is $45, right? I'd probably tell you to get a T instead. Honestly, I'd tell you to get the M Plus for $75. Instead of getting this or the T, just get the M Plus. But I wish the V didn't have this sealed acrylic top. I wish you could take it off and like change. You can take it off, but you can't change the artwork. It's like it's sealed to the lid. So it always looks this color, which is fine, but I want artwork. Personally, I like artwork. Now the E. Okay, are we good now, AliExpress? Are you still mad? Okay, thank you. This pad is for those that like a reverse mirror layout. Like I don't play this way, so I have it, but I don't really use it. If you know you like the mirrored layout, like those that played on the arrow keys their whole life, you'll want this. That way you're getting your right hand of the arrows and your left hand for your buttons, and you're right at home. It's made out of plastic. It feels solid, but it's plastic. It does its thing. It's a good pad. Good switches, all the things. Boom. So I'm going a little fast. Halfway 2, we did HJK earlier. Maverickade. What's Maverickade when you seals? Maverickade. Let me see here. Melly, I use the GK-21 the most. There you go. And I really like the sacred switches right now. Oh, nice. Recently put in the Black Kite minis. They feel great too. Nice. I haven't felt the Black Kites yet. Pause. Super pause. I haven't felt those yet. But they just came back in stock and I ordered some. So I'm waiting for them to show up. So hopefully those are smooth. And again, if you like pills, Maverickade started the pill. And if you like large screens, Maverickade started the extra large screen too. These have a metal plate on the bottom, so they're kind of heavy in a good way. Like they're dense. They have acrylic top and bottom. But yeah, Maverickade, and you can get MX or low profile. You can decide which keep, the keep fighter, keep brawl, like all that stuff. You decide which one you want to do, and they're on sale. Oh, sold out. I never tried these. I did. I'm lying. I did these in person Evo, but I haven't like owned them to know. You know what I'm saying? Like when someone hands you their controller to try, everything feels good in the moment. But I've never like owned them to know if I like it or not. But the build quality was great. They feel really good. In this case, this stand is way bigger than you think it is. Like it spreads all the way across your lap. You're almost playing like on the sides of your legs, so it's kind of cool. You can put it. There's two different like ways to do it. Yep. Shout out to Maverickade. Mayflash. What does Mayflash have on sale? The Mayflash F500. If you like boxes, and look at that, boom, $79 on sale. So I'm not logged in, but it's not on sale. So $79, I think it's still reasonable because this is a metal frame. It's a box, so it's like a almost a mini hitbox in a sense, because, and it's tall. It's not like outrageously tall, but the frame is metal. The plate is metal. Like you're gonna be in its regular buttons if you like that. You could take it fully apart. I mean, my artwork is not done here because I did not feel like taking this whole thing apart. You know, like taking the buttons out, taking all the cords off. Like I know how to do it now, but all that stuff. Shout out to Mitch. He was cracking up when I was going through the last year. I was ripping the cords, everything. Now I know how to do it, but as a novice, it was a pain in the butt. But the price is really good. But I do really like the R16 too. Just feels nice. So yep, the R16 is really good too. So yeah, so you're in the GK-21 R16. I can see why you like them both. They feel so right at home together because the spacing is very, very similar, and they both have rings. Yep, nice. Cannibal Shadow, is there another controller similar to the M Ultra Gen 2? Yeah, the C16. Not sure I can justify a Razor because Kitsune is not the same. Right now, I kind of want the Kitsune. I have it. So here, oops, here's a Kitsune, right? I can't see. Hold on. Get out the way. And again, the switches, if anyone's wondering what switches I've tried and I use, when you click the description of this video, if you scroll down, you'll see all the switches that I own at the moment. My thoughts. Okay, I lost my train of thought. You have, okay, so here is a T top, right? And the point this is the point I was going to say. The point I was going to make is, where's the R? Where's the R? Okay, here we go. Better put. Here's the R top. Here's a Kitsune, right? Here's a T top and a Kitsune. What do you know? It's exactly the same. It's almost exactly the same as a T. So the Hot 42T, Hot 42M Plus, Hot 42U, Hot 42V, Hot 42M, the 8-bit dough Leverless, the Razor Kitsune, all 7 are they're sister cousins, right? You're gonna feel right at home come from any of those, right? Here's your R spacing. And I'm trying to line up this bottom button here. And hopefully I can hold that up on camera. Can you see that? So you'll see your R is tight. Don't move. Please don't move. Your R is tighter than the T. See how your buttons are tighter and lower. So like your R, your C, your Guilekeys, your Zen, your pretty much everything. Like the pads I'm naming are honestly standard. This is the Kitsune, even though it came out kind of first, the Kitsune and all those ones I named, they're kind of in their own little house. And again, those are nice for me for Tekken. But when I play other games, I use other pads, right? But so when you go to a Kitsune or something like that, you're gonna notice everything is a lot wider. The keycaps are a lot bigger. Like your hands are gonna be like this. They're gonna be wider. Whereas like it's probably not even translating right on camera. It literally is a jump like this. It really is. So where's my stands? Where's the stand? So yeah, so I know your mind's telling you the Razor, but and you'll like the Razor, nothing wrong with it, but just kind of like an FYI that you will, the pads that you have now, it's going to be a very night and day going to that pad. And again, you might like it, I don't know, but just like a warning, you know what I'm saying? And if you're just like, I really want to try the Razor layout, like, or let me say, I'm sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. I need some water. If you really want to try optical switches, you'll save $200. $200 getting the Speedy Lab Light Fox. Just get this, and it comes with a case, and it's metal with like grip pre-installed. The same switches, both optical. So I have the optical blacks in mine, but optical blacks in both my. Then the layout of this is going to feel just like what you have now. As far as where's my R top? Don't knock the camera over. Look at that, boom. The R is like ever so slightly wider over here. Well, this is the same, but that's weird. That's the same, but this is like, I don't know. Anyway, you're gonna feel, if you have the R now, the only thing you're gonna notice is it's here's the S. The S is compact. This is wider, right? So I usually call these mediums because they're as tall as the S, but they're wide enough to pretty much fit on your lap for the most part. It's fairly wide. See, it's not as wide as this. It's like if you slice this side off, that's how wide this is. But for the price, you get a ton of value because it's $100 or like 120. But you get the case, you get the controller, you get the metal, you can change your artwork, you know, all this stuff. So shout out to Speedy Labs and Light Fox. And again, those optical switches, if you want to try optical, you could do it for $100, $200 less with the Speedy Labs. And you're going to feel at home because of what you're used to. But if, you know, stop. But if your goal is just to try large keycaps and wide spacing, I would tell you buy a T or an M plus, and that'll give you this feel for a third of the price. You know what I'm saying? And then, okay, well, I know I like it, and then spend the money and go up. Let me check the chat here. R16. Shout out to Zanik. Shout out to Zanik. Happy Sunday, Zanik. I'm not a fighting game fan, but considering a Leverless for beat 'em ups. Oh, nice. Yeah. We just played the Marvel Invasion. That comes out tomorrow too. Oh, Mary Zoe's coming and Marvel Invasion's coming. Whoops. I like Marvel. That was fun. My son and I played that too. I played with you. I played that with Grant, I think. I think it was a Grant Orville. I forgot who I played that with. I think Code might have popped into and Merlin. I don't remember. But anyway, let me read. I'm not a fighting game fan, but considering a Leverless for beat 'em ups like Streets of Rage, or action games like Blaze Blue, Entropy Effect. Anyone having experience using them for the? Yeah, I do. Love the videos. Really appreciate effort. Put them in. No problem. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So for your situation, we'll have this one. For those types of games, it's a lot of just like hold. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, your stock reds are going to feel perfect. The LoFree Hades silent switches are going to feel perfect, like, because they're not meant to be like fighting, like jumping back to neutral. You just want to like hold and move and you're really just mashing and having a good time. Here's some things you want to consider. Do you want a small form factor all around? Do you want... I'm knocking everything over. So there's small, there's medium, right, where it's the same height as small, same height, but just it's wider to fit kind of on your lap. Or do you want full size? Once you decide that, I was gonna say space, for you, to be completely honest, you're just playing beat 'em ups. You could kind of buy anything, because you're really not married. Why is the 21s here and 18s here? I mixed something up. You can kind of get any Leverless for what you plan to do, because you're not really being aggressive with it. You're just wanting to have fun. So the S might be a good way to start, because I imagine with that, you're not playing on your lap. I mean, you could be. Yeah, probably. The S is $25 on AliExpress right now with the coupons, all that. I'm not logged in, but it appeared to be $25 to me. So get the Hot 42 S16 for $25. It's right here. Where are you, S? Where's the S? I'm so torn. So this one, $28 with a $3 coupon. Okay, I know AliExpress. Right. You can get an S16, get the 6. I know your mind's telling you, I don't need all those buttons. Get the extra buttons. Trust me, just do it. Right. So you got 18 or 16 buttons. You can turn them off and on. It's super easy, right? But for $25, and it's free shipping. That'll let you know if you even like it. It'll be there in 2 weeks, right? If you want something a little bit bigger, I'm leaning towards the R, but the R creaks. I don't want you to get a bad first impression, right? Maybe, I mean, the C, you can't go wrong with this. Where's the C at? Right there. You can't go wrong with the C. Is $51, so it's basically double the price. So 25 or 51. But then you get a Guilekeys too. This Guilekeys is actually, it's nice and wide. You could pick this one up, the 16. Well, you're playing a beat 'em up. I mean, well, if you're already, like, I'm already telling you, you might as well get the 21. I know your first thing in your brain is like, look at all those chickens, right? Look at all those buttons. But the price on Amazon is $60, $50, $55, $60 out the door, right? And I mean, you're not going to care about the rims and the whole things, because you're not playing fighting games. Yeah, those are some ideas that are just buzzing in my head right now. So yeah. I'm really on the fence to get this, but I don't know if you're playing on your lap or a desk. Let me know if you're playing on your lap or your desk. I can give you better advice, because that does matter. I cannot use it on my lap. I can't. I'm an adult. I can't do it. I couldn't justify the price point. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, $200 is a lot. They're using their own. So I think they're not. So the Razer out the box, when you take the keycaps off, it'll say Razer. It's a Razer red. but they're just reds. It's an optical red, right? So if you take those off, I have a video. It's super easy. I have a video showing how to do it. Change switch on your Razer Kitsune. I did it like 6 months ago. Just buy the Keychrons. Where's Keychron at? Where are they? I just dropped something that's blowing my mind. What did I drop? Okay. I heard a pad fell. I'll find it. I hate thinking my Switch is being mashed. It drives me crazy. Right here. Boom. Opticals right here. I know. Thank you. So they come with base. The Razer looks something like this, but it's the same Switch. And then once you, where's the, right here, boom. Open image in tab. So if you have the Razer, you could put any of these in there. These are all Keychron opticals. And for those that don't know what the difference is, I'm gonna try to do it like this. They have 3 linears, which are just smooth up and down. They have, the rest are all tactile. So you have tactile with a bump, and you have clicky. Clicky's still tactile, but like clicky with a sound, tactile with a bump, and then smooth linear. So there you go. So if you anyone with the Razer, you could change switches out, but you got to remember you already spent what, $250 to $299 on the controller, and you're going to spend a little bit more for, because you got, I didn't like the switches personally, so you're going to spend another $20 to get a pack of whatever color. I got the blacks, right? So whatever color you want. So you're looking at about $325, $350 out the door, which is still, I mean that's, it's your money, right? So it's whatever's up to you guys. But if you wanted something else, you can go to Speedy Labs. The Light Fox is right here. The Light Fox is 120, and it's still in stock, so boom, so it's 120. And these, I don't know how much he has in stock, but with all the tariff stuff going on, I don't know if he's restocking, just like everybody else. I don't know if he's restocking, so kind of like FYI. There's that, and then you want to get this guy too. And this will let you play on PS5, and it's still only $20. So this is a booter for $20. It is a bigger booter because it's about half the size of a Brooks adapter, but you know, there you go. So for $150, you have optical and PS5 out the door, and PC and Nintendo Switch and all the other stuff. And he has this one, but this one's sold out. This was the only reason this was $399 because it was a prototype. He may have ordered like 500, so you can imagine this is all metal too. So it probably costs an X amount for each unit, because the Speed Labs, it comes with a case and they're all metal. And the case, is it in the picture? Where's the case at? Yeah, it's right there. Boom. It's a GoPro case. It's like a really, since the controller's so compact, it's like a strong case. But yeah, shout out to Speed Labs, and there you go, right there. Boom. When you open, it's going to look just like this. Oh, thank you. It's going to look like this. Okay, it's scrolling around, so it's making me dizzy, but you get the point. Couldn't we just write, yeah, the price. They're using their own. No. Do you ever notice a major difference in optical switches or any difference at all? No, because again, both of mine are running the Keychrons, so they feel, the Speedy Labs and the Razer feel the same. The biggest difference is because, and so Razer, 8-Bit Do, Quamba Sapphire, any brand that makes their own keycaps, they all put these clips. Where's my, I can't see. They all put these clips on their keycaps to, like, so they don't go flying off. Well, the catch is the plastic kind of rubs on plastic, so here it is. Oh, here's an S, right? Where's my switchboard? See how these keycaps, I just put them on the plus sign and they're just tied to the switch. Technically, they're lighter because there's nothing like, the switch isn't sliding up and down a plastic rail. You know what I'm saying? So there's no extra friction. I mean, I could probably put lube or oil in there, like, to kind of make it feel, but the point being is, any pad that's from a major brand at this point, I won't say that because ASI has like this, and the ASI is really smooth. Those 3 brands, Razer, 8-Bit Do, Razer, and there's one more, Quamba. The Quamba stuff. your switch might need a little bit more force because there is a little bit of friction that's not being accounted for, if that makes any sense. So if you're used to a soft switch, you may have to go up a little bit to accommodate that heavier, different feeling switch. Whereas the Lightfox, they're just on the plus sign. I mean, they're all plus signs. Even the Razor's a plus sign, but to like add extra effect, they put a thing on the sides to make sure that the plus sign works and the rails work. And they all do that, the major brands. But like I said, these are going to feel slightly snappier because there's nothing holding it in place, if that makes sense. So if you want to try optical, I would say get the Lightfox, personally. Let's see, what brands did I miss? So GameSir, Hot 42, we did Hot 42, we did Maverick, we did Mayflash, Mitrix. Okay, the Mitrix, I would tell you don't buy. I feel so bad because I would love to meet one of their team and help them. Where's that? Is it T16 or M16? Where are you? Okay, it might have sold out. Okay, good. This one. Yeah, 33. So here's the thing. This is basically a T. So it's the layout that I want, the spacing that I want, the keycap size that I want, but the switches are not real switches. They say Kailh, but they're not. They're like these weird, like cheap auto moves. And everything they did is right. Like the design, I can change artwork, everything is right, but the switches are not good. They're not. So for 38 bucks, like if you just want something to kind of mash on, and just like I don't know, you just want to. I don't know. I don't want you to get a bad first impression, so that's why I would not. There's nothing wrong with it. I just would not recommend it. And yeah, no. And even here, did they say Kailh? See right there, you can see the switches. They're not. Those are not Kailh's. Those like an Automu low profile. It's a different type of switch. And I only found them in like 2 stores. But yeah, I would per se just don't just get something else. The price is good, but I mean you can get better on AliExpress or like a Guilekeys or I mean, this has no rims. So this is a T and plus the 8-bit. You can get the 8-bit dough, 50 bucks more on the 8-bit dough, and once you change the switches, you'll be happier. As far as like lasting a while, because this switch is gonna play, but it's only gonna play for like because mine already broke one of the pins on the top right, so that the left bumper broke, but I don't really give them a ding for that because I know people with Hot 42s that are broken. People when you name the brand, anything could break, right? So I don't know if I just got a bad one. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not really a fan of this controller. So don't do this one. All right, let me take the hit for you. Don't do it. The Enlofen. Are they on sale? So if you like aluminum keycaps, I have them and I tried them. I just wasn't the biggest at the time. I was the biggest fan of metal, so I wasn't really too into it. So here's the aluminum keycaps. They have different colors if you want to try that out. They're metal, like they're full metal keycaps. And then here is their pad here. This pad in yellow, it looks really nice in person. It really does. It feels like a DOIO. It's metal on top and bottom. Probably is DOIO, but it feels like that. But yeah, shout out to Enlofen. It plays great. I actually had the deep sea islets on because this does Gatorons and Kailh's, so that's really nice. You can pick how you want it to feel. So I put the Kailh V2 deep sea islets in here, and it plays really nice and quiet. And Enlofen, Nike, we did Quamba, Razor. Does Razor have any sales? Real quick, we're almost through all the letters here. Razor. $209. What do you know? So it's on big sale. 200 bucks. So you can get the compact version of this from Speedlabs for 130 with with the booter and all that stuff for 130, or get the full size with the large keycaps, wide spacing, and all that stuff for 209. So for 210, like 210. So there you go. Is there any used? And 163 in good condition or very good. So you might be able to find it for 165 and very good, but I don't know. I don't know what I think about that. But yep. Speedlabs, Tikitaka, Vermillo, and Tikitaka. Vermillo definitely has a sale going on right now. Yeah, so if you're into Vermillo, the FK2, the HA10, is it on their homepage right here? These two. That's the HA10. The FK2 needs more attention. That's a good pad. It's got the induction switches. You could like dial in the settings and all this to make it like super snappy. It's not on the website anymore. It's weird. It's here, but it's not on the homepage. I'm looking at this one. I have this version of this pad, and this is a good pad. It's a fun pad. and it'll feel like a C or like an R. It feels like those. And the rings, they're truly not rings. They're built into the case. But if you like to slide, this is the slidiest control. Like the way it's made and the softness of the switches, you can slip and slide. You won't crash into the switches because like most people want the rings to slide, but you can't really slide on them. Your fingers crash into them. The last one is Tikitaka. And these they're on sale too. Yep. And you can find these on Amazon and you can find these on their website. So the M5, I've been working on this review for the longest time. This one's coming. I have most of the video shot. It's got to finish up like the living with it and the wrap up part. And this comes with Kasumi switches. And I'm thinking about taking them out to put the Kailhs, but I actually like the Kasumis, so I've been taking them out. Because this pad will run both. And I hope this frame becomes their new layout for all their pads. Because it's metal on top and bottom, and that color is beautiful. Okay. Is there much of a point on trying optical switches versus regular MX low profile? Do you need optical? Do you need induction? Do you need optical? Do you need Hall effect? Do you need Kailh? Do you need MX? I really don't know. I really don't know. That's where, like, if you really want to try optical, I push the speed less because when I play with it, I win. But if there's here's how I'll say it. Like Mel E, I think Mel E said he had like 5-10 different types of switches, right? I'm in the same boat. So if you have a lot of switches, when you go to optical, your options go from, I think I have 18 switches that are linear down to like 3. When you go from those, from the Kailh V2s down to induction, you have like 1. When you go from there to Hall effect, HE, then you have like 1 or 2. So if you don't really play a lot with your switches, you'll be fine. You can go to optical and you'll be good. Again, I did the optical blacks and I'm happy. It comes with reds. I think mine came with reds, but I took those out and put the blacks and I was happy. So, and the difference was the reds were a little rattly and not as responsive for me. Once I put the blacks in, they just felt tighter and snappier. They just felt tighter in a sense. Like when I pushed down, it came right back up the way I play. So I hope that makes sense. So yeah, a lot of good deals going on. Again, if you like, ringed pads, Guilekeys is definitely, coming and swinging as far. And again, these are on Amazon, so you'll get these the next day. So I know they have their 16. Again, the metal is in its own category. I hope they make this in metal and this. I really want this one first. Make the 21 because the same thing. It has space to fit the 21. Put the 21 on this exact same frame. Take the 18. The 18 is the same width. It's roughly like barely not as wide, but same width. Whereas this, exact same width. So I hope they make a 21 metal and an 18 metal. I think the only reason I think they would have done it. I think the tariffs are really what's slowing them down because that's a lot of investment to make 5,000 metal pads. That's expensive. Whereas the 5,000 acrylics is not that expensive. It's like a lot of money, but it's not like 50 grand. You know what I'm saying? You can only imagine yourself being a vendor. You need to make, the more you make, the cheaper the costs, right? The cheaper the prices. So they're selling this for $50, $60, right? They probably made 10,000 of both of these. Now they can afford to make that and they'll sell because these are good pads. The metal is fantastic, but people are going to see, should I go $50 or $90? Or should I go $60 or $90? And that's where and then the brand is still kind of new. So all that stuff. So even though I want the metals, I can see why they haven't done metal yet for these two pads. Zanik, thanks for the input. I'll be playing on a desk. Oh, so you're only on a desk. I assume something with an up key. With an up key above the other directions would feel more natural on beat 'em ups. I've been looking at the C16. Yeah, C16 is great. And if you're only on the desk, you might. The S is very small. Like the frame is very small. But I mean, if your budget is already allowing you to afford the C, just get the C. Because your budget already says you can afford a C. You're fine. But I would consider Guilekeys and I would consider the S, or a Zen. The Zen from Duelpad will feel nice too. But and again, I'm looking at price points. But if you can afford the C, just get the C. You'll be fine. Just get the C16, not the CS. Don't get the CS16. You're going to be, there's nothing wrong with that pad, but it's going to feel so foreign to you. You're going to be kind of lost. Just start with the standard layout C. And then if you start liking Leverless more, then try the S later and you'll be happy. Yeah, you'll be happy that way. Right. But yeah, the 18, the 21, I don't like either one better than the other. They both have a different purpose. If you like split pads, this pad and the Zen are really affordable. The Maverick makes a really good pad, but it's just more, right? The Tikitaka M5 is a good pad, it's just more. I'm looking across the room at all my split pads. I thought I had more split pads. I think I need some more water. And if you like standard layout with rims, with rings, I would probably take it to 21, just because you may not use extra buttons, but at least they're there. How much were the other two suggested it? If they're a reasonable price, I'd take a gamble. And this is 25. The C you're looking at, I think on sale was like 60. Just get the C16. Like, just get that one. You can't go wrong with that one, and that'll last you longer down the road. Where like, if you decide to end up playing fighting games later or whatever you plan to do with it, it does make them more versatile. Because the S, the only reason I suggest the S is because it's $25, and if you don't like it, you could sell this for $5, and you know you wouldn't care. That's a bad lunch. You ever get like some lunch and it's like $15? You're like, I can't believe I spent $15 and I'm so hungry, or I didn't like the food, but you're not mad. You know what I mean? So you could spend $25 on this and sell it to a friend for $5 or $10. You won't care. The C16, it is $60, but that's not that much money, because let's be honest, a PlayStation controller is like $80, right? So just get the C16S as your first pad. That'll welcome you into the space, and then from there you can go bigger and smaller and all that stuff. So I think you're onto this one right here. Yeah, get the C16S. You cannot go wrong with that pad. Where are you? Right here. Boom. This one. This is the C16. No, not the S. Not the S. The regular. Just get this one. C6, not the S. I keep saying S by accident. Don't get the S. This one. Don't buy this one. This pad is good, but not for you because you're brand new. Don't start here, because if you like this, you want to try something else, you're not going to have a lot of options, and your hand's going to get trained to play in a certain way, and you don't want to start that way. You want the regular C16, which is this one. And then once you start liking it more, then you can consider the CS, and like you'll be happy, because CS is that thing is so smooth and buttery, but it's not a starting point for a lot of people. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Hopfrey. Hopfrey 2 is really, they've really like lit a fire in the market. So I really give them a ton of credit every time I talk about Leverless, because we all know there's tons of brands. Like, we all know Hitbox, we know Razor Kitsune, but the price kind of scared a lot of people off to even try it. And with Hopfrey 2 and now Guilekeys, I really feel like Guilekeys with their 16, 18, 21, metal 16, plastic 16, 5 pads, or well, technically it's like 6. It's like 5.5, because the black, the 16 comes in black and clear. So 5.5 pads. They're really coming out strong in the past year, and they're chasing Hopfrey 2 down, and they're kind of doing it in their way. Look, we'll be the ring leader, and Hopfrey 2 will be the flat style leader, right? So that's really interesting how that's all working out. That's really, really interesting how that's playing out. I feel like playing Marvel Invasion right now. I should play it, but it's already almost 3:30. I gotta eat something. But yeah, that was fun. So I hope everyone catches a really good sale. They find a pad that's right for them, that they like, their hands like, you know, all that stuff. And yeah, I'm really excited to hear what people were able to find and get onto, because I think once you move into this space, I think you're going to be happy. Once you get over the hurdle of this is up not down, this is down not up, once your brain gives in. And then also there's 2 up buttons, Zenik. There's an up here and up here, so you could play like this. You could play like an arrow key if you want, but the shape is a little weird. Look at the S here. It's not a true arrow key. It's not flat. See how it kind of warps up and down a little bit, and your up is there, so you could play this way if you want to. You know, it's not a big deal. But you know, once your mind adjusted, instead of here being down here, I think you'll feel right at home. Yeah, you'll be all set. All right, everybody, I'm gonna go ahead and lock this down. It's been fun. On Tuesday, Miri Zoe Tekken 8 will be running her and see how she goes. I might try to get, Tekken King's hard. Maybe I'll try to get her to Bushin. Maybe I'll try that. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if I even like it. I already got a bad feeling, but we'll see. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good holiday weekend. Everyone states the holiday weekend. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.